Hey everyone, and welcome to the Earn 5-Star Podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Voles, site manager, emperor, supreme warlord, and defender of the faith over at onefootdown.com. And yeah, we're all three back. We're keeping the name Earn 5-Star Podcast. We got a slapstick intro going on now. Not too bad, not too shabby. I'm feeling pretty good, boys. It's fall camp. It's fall camp in August.
Fall camp.
Your favorite time of year.
Nothing says fall like August.
You know, I don't approve of such nomenclatures.
I don't think it matters if you approve or not, because that's
it does not matter. This ship has sailed. It's like the guys who die on the hill of. Well, actually, Notre Dame is in Notre Dame, Indiana. It has its own post office and fire department and place.
Where did that guy go? He used to comment on every story,
all
every
the time.
Story.
Yeah.
All I know is that
very upset by any reference to South Bend weather. Right? I would do the weather forecast, and he's like, "Why don't you do the weather for Notre Dame, Indiana? Because that's where they actually play."
Hey Jude, when was the first fall camp of the 21st century? Was it in the year 2000?
This is a trap, and I refuse to participate in your games.
Well, we can get into that later, but ladies and gentlemen, we got a full pod, right? We got a full deal.
Yeah.
So we're coming back, and we're not just coming back with a whimper. We're coming back with a full throttle. This is the prop bet pod, and this is like I kind of think like this is one of our holy grail pods, because we will how do you know what the lore for the entire season comes back to this episode, right? Because we keep tabs on this the entire season as it's going on. We will refer back to, there goes my wide receiver pick.
Let me tell you about points scored in the game against Georgia Tech. Let me tell you about points scored in the Georgia Tech game.
Right. So this pod's kind of important. Brendan, I believe we'll pass the prop bet questions on to others in the Notre Dame sphere.
Yeah,
and,
I got a couple of
they can participate. Yeah. Oh shit! There's a ton going on. So we're gonna get to the prop bets here in a second. I do want to mention one wee bit of business. Again, onefootdown.com. SB Nation is coming out with an app. So if you have been testing your patience with the slowness of the load times on mobile for 1 Foot Down, which I've thrown my phone a few times, for whatever reason it loads slow, comments there. The app it's coming out sometime this month. We've been testing it around. It is stupidly fast, stupidly easy to get in there, read articles, comment on articles, to publish your own feed posts, comment on all those. It does everything. It's super great. There's been a few bugs, as we're working these out before we launch it, but it will be out before the season starts. So anyone listens to the pod, please download the app when it comes out, the SB Nation app. You'll add 1 Foot Down as your community, Notre Dame as your team. But one of our goals for this podcast is that it kind of lives within the feed of the website. So, it doesn't get posted as a normal story anymore. The podcast gets posted in that feed. And so all of that can live within the feed. We comment, make jokes, polls. We'll make sure Jude knows that when he's wrong every single time. And, and that I'm proven right until wrong. So be on the lookout for that. So we got good news there. So it's a good news kind of a night, boys. It's good news kind of a night.
I mean, it's a good news kind of vibe. I mean, have camp started? The State Run media clips are out. Watched Larry's boy catch a bomb. Saw CJ throw a bomb. I'm getting my daily allotment of Notre Dame
bombs.
Bombs.
It was
on
nice
my timeline.
It was a nice of Devin Fitzgerald to actually show up for a practice for once. Jeez, my God.
Yeah, you'd think he'd want to be there at practice, rather than in Ohio.
Yeah, I just can't believe he decided that he was just going to take days off whenever he felt like it. So it's kind of
it's kind of guy he is.
Kind of rude.
Contract. Gotta check the contract.
Check the contract.
So, I don't know, boys. You guys just want to jump on into this shit?
Sure.
Do we got any more preamble to cut down?
I told you guys in the DMs, obviously I wasn't on the pod last week. Thank you for covering for me. Well, I was finishing up a very interesting vacation involving 2 adults and 4 children between the ages of 11 and 14. But I will tell you that the only thing that I wish that I heard you guys talk about that I'd like to discuss now is the USC series coming back in 2030 for a span of 4 years. So I will start with my thoughts, which is that I'm always glad to see USC on our schedule. I think of USC as a rival. They belong on our schedule. Lincoln Riley still sucks. I think this has absolutely nothing to do with him and more driven by the donor base for the USC, who was clearly not happy.
You mean the return? You mean the return of the being scheduled has nothing, because it has everything to do with him. Why there's a pause.
Yeah, no, I apologize. Just to make this clear, Lincoln Riley sucks because
I knew what you meant.
His constant whining started the chain of events that led to this cancellation. I will say that if this is a week 0 or the first game of the season, and I want to be very specific about what I'm saying here. If this is the first game of the season, I'm all for it. I love this idea. But if you're going to play San Jose State first and then play Notre Dame, I fucking hate it. So
yeah, no, I had to allow myself. Number one of the great things about this rivalry was it was at 2 different times a year, right? The Notre Dame is in October. The USC was the last game of the year for Notre Dame, correct? And a lot of times when we traveled out west, that last game of the year, there's a lot on the fucking line, which just made the rivalry even more. Even again, like a year like 2018, the great Trojan killer himself, Tony Jones Jr., bobbling a ball, catching it, taking it down, kind of seal the game. It's one of the great parts about this rivalry. So one of the things I've had to reconcile with since they've announced that is, what does this mean in terms of how this rivalry is presented to, not just us as fans, but as the country. And honestly, the only thing I keep thinking about is this feels like the Michigan game used to be, right? Sure. Like Michigan was always. It wasn't always season opener, but it was very early in the season. One game, game 1, game 2, and how you did in that game kind of basically said what your season was going to be like. There wasn't, for Notre Dame especially, there wasn't a whole lot of ambiguity there. Either you won and you had a good season, or you lost, and depending on how you lost, kind of said how your season was going to go. Close loss one way, but had some poundings go the other way. So that's how that series used to be. So I could see, as turned off as I am about the dates, and I think it's so ridiculous that the dates meant anything. The Big Ten was never going to force USC to change anything about the way they scheduled Notre Dame. They came into the conference that way. This is all Lincoln Riley and Jen Cohen. But if it is the first game of the season for Notre Dame, I'm going to put it in the category of, this is the big, and it's the big offseason buildup. We've talked about this before on the pod, right? Where you're waiting all these months for the college football season to start, and you're fucking starting with Temple or some shit like. It's like it falls flat. When it's a big game, it does. It is nerve wracking because how are they going to perform? Do they need a week, a game to warm up? Right. But at least the lead up to that game, this whole fall camp, there is a focus, not just by the team, but by the fan base itself. There's a focus on this game, and it makes it such a huge event, which the start of college football season really should be bigger than Christmas. So I'm cool with that. I don't like just saying 4 years. fuck, what are we doing here? Like, there's plenty of room on the schedule, but everything's kind of waiting.
I was gonna say
kind of waiting for this playoff shit, which is every offseason it's constantly changing. So I don't know what it even matters anymore. And it's not like you can't put that in a contract language either.
Right.
A team like Indiana use contract language to get.
All these schedules could be fugazi anyways, right? Like it could just be like this was something we all decided at and then laughed at because in 2030 the landscape of college football is so entirely different.
Right.
But, I mean, before we get ahead of
USC because it's a rival.
Before we get ahead of ourselves.
Well, unless they have a splinter league in 2030, right?
Yeah, but before we get ahead of ourselves, let's just make sure that we establish what this is with the 2030 start date. Can we just establish that it's
Lincoln
Riley wants no part of it? Yeah, he wants no part of it. He knows he'll be gone.
No. He's definitely not going to be there.
And that also then puts into focus that this entire thing, USC can do whatever they want and say whatever they want, but the series being canceled and now it being online, and it's not in perpetuality, right? They only announced how many years? 4 years. So it's not in like the reason we're in this mix and the reason we're not going to play till 2030 is because Lincoln Riley didn't want the smoke. That is 100% what this is.
100%.
And it lines up 1,000% with his personality. He is a coward who runs.
He is a coward who runs.
He thought he was running away from the SEC. He got the Big Ten. He didn't want the Big Ten. He certainly doesn't want Notre Dame and the Big Ten. And so this is absolutely an acknowledgement that Lincoln Riley will not survive past this year. They've got 4 losable games on their schedule this year. He may not make it out of 2026.
And let's be clear, USC in the last 10 years, USC is 2-8 against Oregon and 2-8 against Notre Dame. It doesn't even matter what the record is against UCLA because UCLA doesn't matter. They're irrelevant right now. Oregon,
that's like saying our record against Purdue is who cares?
Right, exactly. So you're 4-16 over the last 10 years against 2 of your biggest games on the schedule. Not all of those are Lincoln Riley's, obviously, but that's just a trend out there in LA, and he is definitely part of that as being a loser who loses games to big opponents. He's constantly looking for the easiest path. That's the only thing they could talk about is the easiest path of the CFP. And it's just like, that's not the USC I grew up with. And it sure as shit is the USC that I end up hating with every ounce of my being when Pete Carroll was there. Pete Carroll is a college football hero. He's not a villain to me anymore because he didn't, the way everyone's running so scared. Kurt Cignetti is another example of just, they want no smoke, no heat on anything. So if they could help it. Pete Carroll was one that just was like, let's just go. Let's just go and fucking do this.
So the fact that the Indiana and USC things are combined, I think takes the heat off of Cignetti big time. Because if we had an Indiana ass begged off on this and we didn't have a USC was slotted in, we would be talking about Cignetti in the way that we talked about Lincoln Riley.
I'll tell you what, the timing of my article about Indiana and the contract was on freaking point. Because he just knew it was coming up, and then I was thinking to myself, if you know that you're going to drop this team, why would you wait any longer to pay more money? Because it was tiered out between years. So it's I
always
think
tier them
when
out.
it is now,
Always
it's like $200,000 to get out of this game. That's it.
It's nothing. And by the way, even if they were under a year and they had to pay the mill, like they don't care. They don't. It's
nothing. Right.
That's funny money.
The difference between that and being an automatic win is there's nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fuck
Kurt
USC.
Cignetti's a coward too. And Kurt Cignetti's a coward too.
I mean, you know
fuck
what?
Lincoln Riley, fuck Kurt Cignetti. I mean, they're ruining the sport.
Fuck the USC fans that are just so brain rotted to follow. This is like American politics in a nutshell. Just follow whatever Lincoln Riley and Jen Cohen are spitting out.
But they're not as bad. There's enough of them where it's not as bad. There is not a single Indiana fan that will cop to the fact that this isn't just sheer and utter cowardice. Not a single one.
True.
Like at least
But,
at least there is a subset of USC fans that have
but I
a
will say
spine.
this. But it's hard to hold. But it's hard to hold Indiana to the fire when they're the reigning national champions.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing
Well,
we can say.
and the fan, and there's nothing that the fans
aren't
aren't
their
going
feelings
to be
enough.
And the fans aren't going to be that much. They're a bunch of flag creasers, right?
But here's
all
the
of their
thing.
Indiana flags have creases in them because they just bought them.
Every hero. What's that saying? Every hero is just
you
good enough.
You live long enough.
Thank you. Whatever that fucking quote is. And
you either die a hero or live long enough to be the villain, right?
Exactly. And Indiana could live long enough to be the villain, and the villain in this case is just a bitch who doesn't want to schedule anybody. It was Indiana, the worst FBS program in fucking history, winning a national championship last year. Everybody outside of our bubble and a few others just thinks that was awesome. Give it a few more years of them playing nobody at all out of conference, and they will be reviled. Say what you will about the SEC. At least they're saying, hey, you got to play somebody, just one somebody. You didn't have to be a big. Fucking Indiana ran away from Virginia, for God's sakes. Virginia,
love it.
It's the last time they played a power 4 opponent was 2018 against Louisville, and they lost. And I was going to say Cincinnati, but when they played Cincinnati and lost two years under Cincinnati was still in the fucking American. So that didn't count.
They signed Cincinnati up as a group of 5 team. I guess they're group of 6 now, right?
Yeah.
It's power 4, group of 6 now. Or whatever it is.
No, there's 5. Are we putting the Pac-12? Are we putting the Pac-12 into the mix? No. I don't think so.
No. Look, they're a group of 6. I think there was a begrudging respect that we had for teams like Miami of the early 2000s, or the FSUs of the 90s and stuff like that, because they had this cockiness about them that we don't care. Send us whoever you got. We'll beat the shit out of them. And sometimes
in 1988, Miami literally traveled to Ann Arbor 2 weeks before they played. Was it 2 weeks or the week before they played Notre Dame? It wasn't the week before, but it was either the next week or 2 weeks out, whatever it was. But they're Miami up in Ann Arbor to play Michigan.
But this whole
South Bend. I mean,
this whole swagger of camo fatigues and coming off the plane and just thinking first guy off the bus, and the whole swagger of we'll take your best and we'll grind them into dust is totally lost when you hear guys like Kurt Zanetti be like, there's just no upside to playing teams like Notre Dame. Right. We've got to play Central Michigan or whatever, right? It's just okay. No disrespect to your alma mater, Brendan, but it's just
none taken.
Just doesn't hit the same, right? It just doesn't feel taken. When you're
keep it Solani out your mouth.
Right? Yeah. What are you doing? San Jose Spartans? No, not Michigan State Spartans. I want San Jose Spartans, right?
Which is a team that USC scheduled, correct?
Right. It was just, again,
right after us.
This whole thing of the committee's never going to reward us for playing tough teams. But that you guys have lost sight of what made college football great was the team that was we're so fucking good, we'll take your best and we'll fucking drown them into the dirt, right? And I liked what Brendan said the other day, but we're still dogging on Notre Dame for losing to Alabama. People have no institutional memory of TCU being ground into fine dust by Georgia.
They weren't just.
People have no institutional memory of how good that Alabama team was. By the way,
no, and that's look. We own our bitch
by one of the best teams in the last.
We own our bitch slappings, right? But that doesn't But Notre Dame played Ohio State in the fucking championship a couple years ago, right? So you can't overlook that, right? And the people who are oh, what are you going to put up on the trophy wall? Marcus Freeman is he has a fucking Sugar Bowl and Orange Bowl trophy.
He's got a Sugar Bowl, and he's got a Coach of the Year trophy too for the season. I mean, and the guy he just wanted a dunk on the Pop-Tarts Bowl trophy, right? Which is
but it's not.
If the fruit was any lower hanging.
By the way, preview of I'm sure a prop question who's who are the biggest whiners or whatever. The BYU fan base is they're special.
They're special.
Their mouth is right checks their body can't cash.
Boy.
They do it out. They do it every single time Notre Dame's on the schedule. Every
Sort
single
of
time.
tangential to the BYU fan is, have you boys at all followed Kyle Whittingham being asked about Ohio State in the recent week? Have you guys followed this?
It's ridiculous. Why is he not? Why is he not just going all in?
Why? Well, I mean, there's obviously a lack of leadership at the top. I don't know if Michigan employs PR people or anything, but he's out there just being.
No one's going to look at you in a negative light if you say you hate the state. If you were the head coach of Michigan and say in a press conference, "I hate the state of Ohio," and
I'm learning.
Just become.
I'm learning.
Part of
I'm learning to hate. I'm learning to hate.
Right.
But you know.
Like even the Purdue AD who gets dunked on because he's like, you want to win championships, don't go to Indiana or whatever. Like
that was funny as hell, though.
It's a stupid thing to say, but like when Signetti got out there on the court when he got hired, and he was like, we're gonna beat the shit out of like all those teams, they laughed at him too, right?
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I want. But here's the thing with Whittingham and why I don't think he'll fit at Michigan because of the Ohio State series, because he doesn't take it with the reverence that all sides want. But the problem is like, this is a man who went to college at BYU. He GA'd at BYU. He was basically a lifer, 20 years, 25 years, right, at Utah. Like, he's in a rivalry, the Holy War, but like they can't even curse at each other.
Well, this is like the most unholy of the wars.
This is an unholy war.
Ohio State, Michigan.
This is a soaking.
Is that what the Alpha boys reminded us that?
This is not a friendly.
This is not a soaking. All right, your underwear is going to be dirty.
There's a reason why degenerate low-life scum like Urban Meyer and Jim Harbaugh flourished. There's a reason why Mr. Throat Punching Woody Hayes flourished. There's a reason why I'm going to look the other way while my doctor diddles every third string player on my roster.
I wish you wouldn't bring that up because that just makes me not want to talk about the point. I was literally about to say that's why this is the best rivalry in college football.
Yeah, but it's because they are
all say that after that.
Absolutely degenerate scumbags that all hate each other, and that's why it's great because like I can look from afar and be like, everybody involved in this is just the pits. They are the pits. Like we're gonna cross out the letter M on stuff.
Right.
Like
you know what though?
Kyle Whittingham has to get out of the bubble. He needs to go on a road show where he goes to the alumni clubs and just and feel the pain radiate through him until he gets that spark lit inside of his body, so that he can learn how to hate. Because you cannot exist.
You can't teach a Mormon to hate, man.
Ohio State.
They're too nice.
I believe you can.
No. You have not watched. You have not read the.
Joseph Smith was arrested for trying to convince people that reflections of the sun were somehow speaking of the future or whatever, right? Like there are shysters in this group. I know.
I'm not saying that they're not shysters, but they are very nice shysters.
I will take every opportunity given to let fans know. Listen to last podcast on the left. There's a 7-part series on Mormonism. Just for shits and giggles for the college football season for Notre Dame this year, listen to that 7-part series and have some fun with it. Because BYU fans are the absolute fucking worst. They will come in and trash Catholicism as if they were the KKK themselves. I am not even exaggerating.
But they'll do it without curse words, Josh. They'll do it without curse words.
Which means I don't believe them. I don't believe a fucking word anyone says if they don't throw a cuss word in here and there. I mean, Nikita Khrushchev used to end every fucking sentence with shit or fuck. He would end whatever way it was with Russian, end sentences that way constantly. So at least you know he's telling the truth. BYU, screw you. All right, let's get to the prop bets. Let's get rolling. Brendan, I'm gonna hand this over to you, and you get us started here, Chief.
Yeah, I got some good ones here. And some.
Brendan, how did we do last year, huh?
We already went through it, I thought.
No, we did not go through it.
I thought
I want credit for Luke Talich being my person who surprises on Notre Dame. I want full credit.
I thought I had it on here with all of the things. But these idiots that said, oh no, well, we all said that Jeremiah Love was going to lead the team in rushing yards.
So we nailed it.
We're done. We did that.
Okay. We did the thing.
We did the thing.
Who can forget biggest trap game, NC State?
I started this podcast off by saying this episode is what the lore is, and we're literally talking about how we paid no mind or respect to the lore after last season by not going to. It's been a long journey since January.
At least I didn't say that Notre Dame was going to give up the fewest amount of points or score the fewest amount of points against Syracuse. See that? All right, so we'll start off, and a lot of them roll over year to year because it's fun and there's just good questions, and there's some new ones mixed in here. But I think first and foremost, and I think it's kind of an interesting one because I don't know actually who leads Notre Dame in receiving yards. Who leads Notre Dame in receiving yards in 2026?
I think this is a great question.
I think this is an easy question.
Okay.
And I don't know why is it because he's a lacrosse player?
I
don't know why it wouldn't be Jordan Faison. This is a guy.
Right. So Jordan Faison is definitely
who is constantly open. Carr trusts him. He is explosive.
Led the team last year.
Don't overthink an answer. It's Jordan Faison.
Exactly.
I'm also saying Jordan Faison.
Okay.
And because the Ohio State boys, Dose fellas, a lot of things have been written, but what do they have? 9 catches between the two of them?
So Brendan,
not a lot to go on just yet, right? Right.
Joshua, no. I hear you. Right. And I think Faison is the safe answer.
Oh, he's gonna go with this boy.
But
it's easy. How can he not?
He's going with this boy.
I have a boy, and I'm going to take my boy, Jaden Greathouse. Jesus, I've been picking him since 2023.
You have, and I mean, you look like the smartest man in the room in that 2 games in the playoffs, the middle 2.
Yeah.
The pen, and there we go. All right.
This is his
but I take offense to Faison. I would bet if you poll, 1,000 Notre Dame fans, just randoms all across the board, I would bet Faison doesn't get 50% of the vote.
That's absurd.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I agree. I agree.
I think I don't think there's an obvious answer, right? I think there is a safe answer. I think there is a standard answer. I don't think that there's an obvious answer. And I think that some people in our fan base have Jordan Johnson syndrome, right? Which is they always like the shiny object in the corner. And that's one of the 2 Ohio State receivers, right? And I would not pick the one who is currently battling the health problems. I would pick the one I would pick Mylan Graham, right?
And I'm telling you right now, if Porter wasn't battling health problems, this would be a much tougher decision for me because there isn't a receiver on our roster over the last 20 years that physically is like that.
Right.
Physically is like that. And I think there's a lot to
Michael Floyd was pretty like that though. Michael Floyd was pretty that.
Michael Floyd will always take negative points from me because of his gait.
He did have a gait.
You know what? Michael Floyd and Aeneas Williams are enigmas to me because the aesthetics of their play on the field just don't match up with. Look,
well, let's jump into it then, man. Let's put your money where your mouth is.
I'm just saying.
Who leads Notre Dame in rushing this year?
It's
jump right into
Williams.
It. I know
it's going to be Aeneas Williams. It doesn't matter if I think that his running style is a little ugly, which in 2026 is one thing, but if his running style in 1989, no one's, it is what it is. Look, he's an excellent running back who has only produced every time he's been on the field, finds the end zone consistently. Big moments as a freshman. We saw that in the playoff game against Penn State. Look, I just everything that you want in a running back, other than him looking like Jeremiah Love, Aeneas Williams has. So no, I think that's the safest bet of the entire room is that Williams is going to be the leading rusher. It's his job to lose. It's his carries to lose. So until he shows any kind of weakness or, God forbid, an injury, it's going to be him.
Brendan?
Yeah. So, I mean, essentially what you're saying, and I don't disagree, is that if I wanted to take Walton, Osborne, Kadron Young, or Nolan James, I would have to be planting a flag of just saying, I don't believe in Aeneas Williams. And I'm not that person. I actually think I like his goofy. I love his goofy running style. It actually brings me joy to see him run like that. And you know what? People with Notre Dame running backs with weird running style in the present times, CJ Procise has led teams in rushing, right?
Yes,
CJ Procise ran
but he was still aesthetically pleasing.
No, he ran straight up every time I watched him run.
But it was still beautiful. It was still beautiful. It was still beautiful.
They're going to hit you and you're going to get hurt really bad.
It was Eric Dickerson ran that way.
What happened to Eric Dickerson?
Sebo Flemister ran very up and down.
I will say this.
What was your favorite 9-yard game?
Kadron Young is my next baby boy, though. He is my baby boy. Get healthy, be able to get the field.
Talking about
there's no other running back on the roster that is like him, and fucking use him. Do not hold him back. Fucking use him. Pound the damn ball when you need to. I am very excited to see Kadron Young in the season and how they're going to use him. Very Rashawn Powers Neely to me.
I'm going to take Nolan James Jr. because I think it's much more fun if we have diversity.
I love it. I love just getting a free win. It makes up for the fact that there's going to be a question later on where I'm the only one that takes it. And
you're talking about a position that is probably
you're talking about injury, Kyle Hamilton INTs.
Yes, I am talking about
some fucking person who will never get 8 INTs.
Yes, it's going to be me doing that. Yes, I will be doing that.
Good for you.
That's my bet.
At least the bits are strong.
I'm committed to it. I'm committed to the bit.
It's the only way you can be.
Yeah, if I'm not committed to the bit, then what's the point of the bit? All right, so who scores the first touchdown?
So I think it's going to be Kadron Young. I think they're going to use him a lot in short yardage. I know that's kind of to say first game of the season that they're going to use him in this way is probably a step too far, but I love the way that he attacks the line. So I'm gonna pick him as because by the way, I never get this right. I never.
No, it's such a crapshoot. This is also why. This is also why daily. This is also why.
I mean, I would say the word Flanagan and hope that you wrote down the right Flanagan and give myself a 2 out of 10 chance.
Is it the E or the? Is it the I or the A? Which one is it? The one with the I or the A?
I'll just say Flanagan.
Flanagan, Washington, and Bremer.
So I'm going to say Young.
I like that.
Who you going with, Brendan?
I think that the safe pick is to take Aeneas Williams. They're playing Wisconsin in the opener. I expect them to score a lot of points. I think Wisconsin's dog water. So you know what? I'm going to say that they just open it up quick, and I think Faison finds one in the slot and just kind of does that thing where he just scoots it to 20 and nobody touches him, and he just gets in. So I'm going to take Faison.
Okay. Do you guys know who scored the first touchdown of the season last year? It was Micah Gilbert.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Nobody's taking
Give me Micah Gilbert. Give me Micah Gilbert.
I hope the vibes are different.
Let the lore begin.
Let the lore begin. I hope it's better than Micah Jones.
I kind of thought, like, of the guys, the established guys, I think Micah Gilbert could be the one that kind of sneakily, just by season's end, you're like, He's got 38 catches and 600
Until he got
yards.
dinged up
Not
last year,
bad.
he was
Until
going in as a starter.
He
Like
was.
people have and again, this has to go to the recruiting rankings. People are obsessed with Cam Williams, right?
But Michael is always the one that flashed in camp. Yeah.
Right, but Gilbert's always been the one that's been better than him at
He's
camp.
always been the one.
And even before they even arrived at Notre Dame, when they were talking about both those receivers coming in, everyone said Gilbert is the more polished receiver who runs the better routes. And I'm thinking, of all the things you could take from a receiver, the thing that I would obviously like running your routes correctly is the one that's going to get you on the field.
And in a quarterback receiver. like CJ Carr running that's why Faison makes hay. Because he just runs good routes and like he's just always open. I mean,
so LFG Micah Gilbert.
Yeah, I like it. I like that. That's fun. All right. So who leads the team in touchdowns this year? I'm interested for Jude's answer.
I'll go first.
Because I think it'll be. Yeah.
I just feel. No,
it was Jeremiah. Just to cue you in, just to make sure we're sure.
It's always been a running back, right?
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Love, Jeremiah Price were 1-2 last year. The year before, it was Jeremiah Love, then Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
The year before that, it was Audric, then Jade Greathouse.
Yeah, if all things remain the same as far as pecking order and health, it's going to be Aeneas Williams.
Right. Yeah, I might as well cover my James bet here with taking Williams. I feel like I'll get it either way.
See what Jude's doing here is banking on a fucking training camp disaster. And that is just the kind of dark energy that we don't need.
By the way, of the prop bets people, I'm always the dark energy. I'm always picking the unders on shit later. So
no. This is if you knew Jude and Jude's gambling habits
ethos. Yes.
His ethos, what his credo, what he lives by. If you've ever, he hedges every bet. Jude hedges all of the bets. He does it all the time. He hedges every single one. And this is like if you knew Jude and his betting habits, this line's
spot on.
This line's perfect. This is perfect.
Spot on.
Because Jude will put money down, and then he's like, "This was kind of a risky bet. Let me just let me bet against Notre Dame in the spread on the live money line, just so if Notre Dame doesn't win, I got it on there." And like I assume it's done well because he's done it for.
Brendan clocked me. He clocked me.
Yeah, he's done it for years. I mean, it's heady. All right. So next one. Let's see here. We'll call this one the Drake Bowen, who leads the team in tackles.
See, I think this is harder than that. It's harder than just saying Bowen with KVA, with a linebacker rotation, also with safeties that can tackle.
Yeah.
KVA's hurt to start the season though, right?
He'll be good for week 1. He was running around.
We should be good to go week 1.
But I mean, he's going to be limited week 1. I mean, that's not
having said all that, a lot of what Notre Dame does, I think, especially in the run game, is kind of funneling it, trying to funnel to Bowen. So, give me Bowen. Yeah. I mean, but I just think I'm gonna give the fucking answer that I think is actually gonna happen, and it's the obvious one to a lot of people. But I do think I think it's more up in the air than you would give.
Don Schuler will push him, right?
Right, because not to mention Notre Dame should be up on a lot of these teams, and so running the ball is not going to be an option for a lot of these teams in the second halves. So you're going to get a lot of safety tackles, a lot of DBs spread out.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean that Bowen won't be in on those passing tackles, but the safety tackles are going to be up. So Don Schuler is a perfect example there of a guy who, look, if Bowen's 1, Schuler could be right behind him at 2. It's not out of the realm. A a lot of times in modern football is right up there with your linebackers. And again, Notre Dame's going to be ahead in a lot of these games going to the second half. And if they're running the ball, unless you're fucking Navy, it's it's going to be your secondary, your back seven, your back four.
Brendan, can you read me the top 3 leaders and tackles?
Drake Bowen, Don Schuler, Jaden Osbury, which was a little bit surprising. Then Tete, then KVA.
See, three linebackers and a couple safeties. So
no, 2 linebackers, 2 safeties.
Yeah,
three and 3, 2. Duh.
So,
yeah.
But
and then do you know who the third? Do you know who 6 was? Jalen Stroman. So it went 3 and 3 in the top 6.
And Stroman saw a lot of less time.
Yeah.
As the season went on because of Johnson. And did Stroman get hurt, or is it just more?
And if you want to go 2024, by the way, just to give you some priors, Kaiser, Watts, Bowen, Schuler went 2 and 2 in the year prior. So it's either going to be a linebacker or a safety.
Yeah, but it's been a while for a safety, right?
The last time a safety led the team in tackles was Kyle Hamilton in 2020. He had 63 to Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah is 62. Beat him by 1.
Ooh. I think it's just impossible to go against Bowen here. I mean,
I think it's impossible to go against.
You basically talking about an injury, and I don't want to talk about an injury. So
I don't want to do that. I will let you know that none of my picks will factor injury in at all, because don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm not monkey pawing anything into existence.
I am not monkey pawing anything.
Well, it's like Priester. Anytime you want to talk predictions, like later down the road, how bad he gets. How do you know? You don't know who's going to be hurt.
No, just pretend that everybody.
And you think they're going to how would one know? Like I said Thursday before the game.
No, we just assume that what
least amount of injuries Notre Dame's ever had.
Swoozie Kurtz, Jake Gyllenhaal's mom, and Bubble Boy is in charge of the roster. That's a fun name. All right, so who leads the team in sacks next year? Last year it was Boubacar Traore with 6.5. And then 3.5 with Drake Bowen.
Josh correctly predicted Traore last year.
Yeah, well, much like Jaden Greathouse, Boubacar Traore has been my boy for about a decade and a half now. So I'm not turning my back on my boy. So give me Boubacar. And I just think, dude, he's really fucking good.
He is very good.
He's only going to get better. And not only is he only going to get better individually, the rest of this defensive line is absolutely stacked. And so
pretty good.
That only makes these guys even better, because they can't double down. They can't double down on them as much as you could maybe in the past. This whole D line is stacked.
Especially, you can't double down on them, especially when they have the interior presence that they have.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's Francis Baru is going to require multiple people to accommodate for his size. One of the four Notre Dame players, and the highest Notre Dame player. I don't know if they're rankings, but the first Notre Dame player off the board on Feldman's freaks list.
Freaks list, yeah.
Yeah. Which
a lot of you don't see Notre Dame defensive linemen on that list. Now,
well, Elijah Hughes.
But the caveat is this is the SID list.
Yeah, the SID list. Which I mean, I imagine Notre Dame will be sending Bruce Feldman a manila folder with everything about Joey O'Brien moving forward. After this season, they will send everything they have about Joey O'Brien to Bruce multiple times.
So, am I done picking Bryce Young here?
All right. No, I was going to think about picking Bryce Young. That's my wish casting.
I think Traore is a great pick. I love his speed. I love his bend. But let's say they're moving away from him, and Young gets cheaped into a couple of ones, and he leads the team in sacks.
That's as good of a pick as any. I mean,
that's the direction I'm going, and it's more just if Bryce Young pops, it's over for college football, and that's what I want, right? Like if Bryce Young shows up this season is the goods, Traore is going to be great. I mean,
yeah,
he'll have
and then maybe Brew gets a lot because the sides collapse into the middle.
Collapse from having to, yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a big. Well, that year that Stanford was fucking incredible on defense.
Party in the backfield.
Remember that? In the backfield.
Party in the backfield.
And they were nasty with like Shane Scove and those guys. They were absolutely nasty. This is going to be one of those years for ND.
No, yeah.
Just as good.
Because I mean, it's not only the defensive line bringing the pressure. You also, if they decide to bring any of the edge linebackers,
you're bringing KVA. You're bringing KVA.
If you bring KVA or Osbury, it's like, come on. And they'll have packages for Snead too, who I think you can get after it. It's not. It's an embarrassment of riches.
I get violent. I get pissed anytime I've been talking to people the last month and a half about college football, about defenses. I don't know how anyone can say that this isn't the best defense in college football.
I don't either.
Personnel-wise, top to bottom, just from an NFL standpoint and where they project in the draft, which, Jude, I know you take like a gospel, they're fucking stacked. Not only that, these guys have played together, returning starters. Like Chris Ash figured this thing out after a botched start. Let's just face it. I mean, it was a botched start.
Until the false halftime of Purdue.
Well, and I was glad that I think maybe it was Tyler James, maybe it was Eric Hansen. If it wasn't one of those two, it was somebody else I respect. Put it in an article like the personnel decisions they made in fall camp were the reasons why they went 0-2. Like they started the position battles won in fall were a big reason why we lost those two games. And a lot of it had to do with the defensive side of the ball. Bronte Johnson was not really put in until Purdue, right? Like that's huge. So there's, we're saying, this guy won and all that, but the guy behind him was probably the better choice. At any rate, this thing's figured out. There's no guesswork to this defense other than the fact they brought in DJ McKinney, whose best season was a really, really good season opposite of Travis Hunter. So now you're going to put him opposite of fucking Leonard Moore.
Which isn't
a bad twice spot. The cornerback, who's twice the cornerback Travis Hunter is. And that is not blasphemy. That's truth. You're going to put Christian Gray, who's a physical quarterback anyways, in the nickel and be able to rotate him in with Dallas Golden, who now has a year of experience after his freshman year getting baptized, to go along with Bronte Johnson and maybe the most underrated defensive player in college football, and Don Schuler. Like, along with this line that just got for a minute there was a transfer portal was open and we just couldn't figure out what's going on with the defensive lineman. Now all of a sudden it's just feels like it's absolutely stacked. Like we're going too deep, no problem. Not just on the defensive line, but if we're running the 4-2-5 most of the time, roll that nickel out, two linebackers. Shit, we got 6 linebackers on this team right now. Like, is a starter.
And when they put Tiana Gray, when they put him,
right.
In the field of play
defense, if I've
next
ever
to Francis Baru. I mean, it's just, And there's a lot of nice things that you can say, I guess, about Oregon's defense, but definitely Georgia's. Ohio State's replacing everybody again. How many times can they do a reload?
But Oregon's defense is great. I'm just saying, top to bottom, and all you have to do is look at the projected NFL draft for these guys to know how good they are. Right now, see what they did last year as a group. It's sick. We have not seen this level.
All 3 levels.
Notre Dame defense, like
all 3 levels, because there is
stacked up, not a weakness. When you're playing,
there's an All-American at every level.
Maybe it's maybe a D tackle because they're. But shit, we just brought in Francis Brew and Tiana Gray. to go along with Jason. Jason Anye is a name now that just kind of gets lost in the
Muckham's
in the
name's
mix.
starting to pop up too, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, Muckham came out with the ones to start fall camp.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Hey, he was a guy we battled with to get back.
Yeah, that's fun.
Hey,
yeah, that's
great
fun.
contract negotiation. So
he'll see some action in the field. Yeah, that's fun. All right,
don't be shy to butt heads with your barber or whoever's in the barber shop about what the number one defense in the country is. Just fucking play the pod.
Yeah, just got the receipts. All right, so here's a fun one, and this kind of goes to Schneider as a running backs coach, but also what kind of role CJ Carr and how they want to play him. But who has more carries this year, CJ Carr or whoever is RB3?
I think it's RB3.
I think it's Carr.
No. Number one,
we
they're going to.
We are a two back. We are a two back philosophy here, though.
We are a two back,
no.
but what's the room look like?
It's going to change.
Okay.
That's coming from Sider himself talking about earlier in the camp about a third back. He's looking at Jonas Walton.
He was talking. Yeah, we talking about Jonas.
He says he can change, but he
does say that. We all know he can't.
But hold on, you add that to the fact. Do you really want us to run CJ Carr?
I don't.
Do you really want to put him at risk?
It's part of his game.
I don't think so. I think this year they're not going to near as much as they did last year, and the extra carries for whoever RB3 is are going to be there. I think I'm solid here on RB3.
There's going to be the schedule. The schedule will dictate that there's probably going to be some more laughers. Not like there haven't been laughers on the annual with Marcus.
But I mean, if we're just talking like straight up game plans,
I'm taking Carr. I'm taking Carr. I'm on Team Jude. I'm taking Carr, but I do entertain the fact I don't think you're off base. I don't think you're out of line.
I don't think they're going to risk it. There's too much talent.
If Grubbs is in there feeding Kedron Young or whatever, then you might get a situation where there's been a couple of laughers and.
Like 3 minutes into the second quarter, it's 2nd and 1. I'm not running a quarterback draw. I'm handing the motherfucker off. So I mean, he's like,
are you giving it to RB3? That's
this.
But are you?
No. It has less to do with the amount with the amount of RB3 carries going forward and the amount of quarterback carries going down because you're trying to protect them more.
To give you some context, last year it was 199 Jeremiah Love, 113 Jadarian Price, 41 CJ Carr, Aeneas Williams 24. That was last year.
I think you're going to see a huge difference there.
So,
plus there's no Love and Price. I just think it's going to be divvied out.
There's no love. I get there's no Love and Price, but I
maybe
divvied out.
Running backs coach.
Maybe they don't have an established two.
I believe he is a bigamist. He is not a polygamist.
He is.
I think there's an established one. Right now, there's an established one in theory with Aeneas Williams. One in theory. And then everything after that is however fall camp shakes out for the next few weeks. True. And so then whoever the third back is, I have no doubt in my mind he's going to get more carries overall in the season. Your third leading rusher is going to be a running back this year for Notre Dame.
And I can't, to play devil's advocate on myself. We are judging, Schneider on the fact that this is a man who had a running back room of Katron Allen and Nicholas Singletary and Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. It's pretty easy to pick two.
Easy just to go those two. Plus you had to keep a top two
happy.
All legitimate ones happy. Mm-hmm. You don't really so you don't have a top two now that are all legitimate ones.
That's fair. This one's gonna be fun.
Your argument is sound. You're right until you're wrong. You're right
until you're wrong. I can't.
I'm on fire tonight.
I can't argue with the argument. But I will say, we'll see
for this pod.
That's not the way I'm going.
We'll see. All right. So who leads the team in receptions? And I think we're all going to be lockstep on this based off of receiving yards. A transfer or one of the homegrown boys.
Homegrown.
Oh yeah, homegrown.
Yeah. I was wondering if anybody would bite on the Ohio State, and looks like
I think
homegrown.
I think you can make it a funner argument. What duo comes up with more, a homegrown duo or or a transfer duo? Top two and top two.
Well, yeah.
I still think it's homegrown.
I think it's so. Unless you pick one of the Ohio State kids.
We're basically talking like Faison and Greathouse versus Porter.
Right. Or Graham. Gilbert, Micah Gilbert.
I was saying you throw Gilbert in that mix maybe too.
Yeah. All right. So who commits the most turnovers against Notre Dame?
Oh gosh.
I think it would be real easy. I was just saying.
Oh, we're talking about a player or a team? Is a player or a team? Team. Rice.
No.
BC.
It would be really funny if it
Slippery balls in November in South Bend.
You didn't want to pick. You don't want to pick the season finale. It is, by the way, it is very weird, and we haven't come to terms with it. That the season ends with Syracuse.
Yeah, we have not.
The PMA Dome, formerly known as the Carrier Dome.
That's weird that the season's going to end with Syracuse.
A wet fart of a game.
I got it. It's BYU. They're going to try.
Okay. You think Bear Bachmeier really?
I do not think he's a good quarterback. And do the second there, but they're going to be dumb. They're not a smart team. They're going to come in. They're going to turn the ball over like clockwork. Then they're going to get pressed, and then that's just going to feed right on into the machine. It's going to be BYU.
I love it.
4 possibly 5 turnovers in that game.
I think it's going to be the dumpster fire that is the North Carolina Tar Heels. I think that they are going to get their doors blown out against Clemson. Then they get a bye week where Bill Belichick has questions to answer because they've looked like trash to this point in the season. They're 1-2, and they had a close win over the ETSU Buccaneers. And I think we might unjob Bill Belichick this year.
Well, first of all, Bill Belichick will always have a job judging his girlfriend's swimsuit competitions. So
yes,
well, they're cheerleading competitions.
I'm sorry, apologize. Cheerleading,
which is like obviously with my background and my daughter being a state champion cheerleader, I was interested, so I dove in, and.
Yeah,
it's just wild to know that there's adults out there still doing this. Like it's wild to me that's.
Well, there's adults competing in dance competitions as adults, right?
Wait, there are?
Oh, for sure.
That's wild to me too.
I can understand maybe like some street dancing, like some break dancing, like what was the Australian?
I have not, but I've seen it.
Breakdancing.
There's an '80s movie about adults breakdancing.
Well, I'm not saying like
there's an '80s movie about
Julia Stiles is trying to get into Juilliard.
True, but that's still pre-college, not post.
Yeah, that's pre-college. Yeah,
for as young as Belichick's girlfriend is. She's like
24 or 25.
I guess you guys never watched Strictly Ballroom. You never saw the competitive world of ballroom dancing?
I did not see the competitive world. I imagine it's quite competitive.
Yeah. I'm not that guy.
No.
It was Baz Luhrmann before Moulin Rouge.
No.
Okay.
There you go.
Anyway.
Competitive ballroom dancing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. So who ends up?
Arthur Miller?
He might joining Notre Dame's list of villains by season's end.
So I said the BYU fan base, but I think I want to narrow it down. And I don't think this is going to be a great pick, but I also think this is a joke category that we never really quite nail. And I just want to make a joke. I want it to be Kalani shiitake.
Yeah,
Shiitake.
shiitake mushroom. Right down the mushroom.
He's gonna whine about something.
I think there's some low hanging fruit that you're missing. Who do you got, Bert? I'll come in from the rear.
Oh,
Phrasing.
Mario Cristobal's out there.
In order to put him on the list of villains, Mario
Cristobal's
Cristobal he'd have to win the game.
He's already a villain.
Or Malachi Tony could be
Brett
a villain.
Bielema, borderline erotic.
You could definitely go with like, what if Notre Dame?
By the way,
utterly checked out by season's end, right? They're 11-0.
Spin a wheel on the SEC coaches for having
Sam Pittman
having opinions about Notre Dame at the end of the year, right?
Sean McGuire. Well, I mean, what would you think about Notre Dame being completely checked out, 11-0 at the end of the season, just ready to get into the playoffs, looking at the number 1 overall seed and one Steve Angeli?
I thought we said we weren't going to fucking put dark clouds over this thing.
Ends up upsetting Notre Dame in some stupid shootout.
Jesus, fuck.
Like 45-42. Are you going to the game on your birthday? I would hope so.
I'm absolutely going to the game. I got enough tickets for my kids and my friends, and we're gonna go. We're gonna have a grand old time.
It's your 40th, right?
Yeah, 40th. Yeah, 7th time over. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Steve Angeli. Why not?
I got one with some historical context here. How about Pat Fitzgerald?
Oh boy!
Wow.
Head coach.
Don't like this.
So a couple things here. Historically, over the last couple of decades
Notre Dame
of Notre Dame, Michigan State, the visiting team is the one that normally comes away as the victor.
Oh my gosh!
Am I wrong?
You just don't monkey paw this shit into existence.
This is a monkey paw.
You added that into the fact that Michigan State is also a historic rival. There's a fucking rivalry trophy, the megaphone, on the line. Pat Fitzgerald is a cocksucker who's from Northwestern, who, by the way, was on the Northwestern team upsetting Notre Dame.
1995.
1995. Like, there's a whole lot going on there that Pat Fitzgerald, I don't give a shit how bad Michigan State's going to be, is going to have that team ready to go in South Bend.
You see his preseason? Did you see his clip about how his players are going to have chips stacked up on the shoulders? It was like Mark D'Antonio. It was Mark D'Antonio all over again. And to be honest,
I'm not sure Michigan State could have had a better hire than Patty Fitz. Be honest with you.
But yeah, if you want to be a perennial 8-5 team,
for the possibility of being just a flat out villain. Now, I think Pat Fitzgerald has an edge on the rest because there's more possibility there, than the rest. Now, shiitake, that's going to be a hard game out in the mountains for sure.
And then Angeli beating Notre Dame would be very upsetting.
Also, Rhett Lashley.
SMU.
He likes to defend SMU as being a premier ACC team for the last couple of years, and he's not wrong. I could see him saying some very, pound and chest kind of things. But I just think Pat Fitzgerald lines up very much in the class of a Dave Dorn, of a
Narduzzi,
Pat Narduzzi. Which, by the way, Michigan State.
He was there. All right. Well, who does Notre Dame score the most points against?
So, Brendan, this might actually go with your UNC pick, right?
Yeah, I have full confidence that. But I mean, the problem is like this could go with your UNC pick, but Rice is on the schedule, but Michigan State's on the schedule, Purdue's on the schedule. I have no idea what Stanford. I mean, they might have to shutter the doors of this putrid football program. Boston College exists. Syracuse is there. We scored 70 against them last year. It's a tough one. And Marcus Freeman is known to score points.
Do you think? Okay, I'm gonna give my answer and I'm gonna give my answer starting with a question here. Do you think Marcus Freeman has that clip of the fucking cheap shot that Jeremiah Love took on the ground against Stanford that ended his fucking season / career at Notre Dame? Do you think he has that ready to go? Stanford week.
And the fact that just the
I can't even remember
effort,
that douche nozzle's fucking name. That's how irrelevant he is to being anything. But I do believe he's an Ohioan, by the way. I literally just wrote an article about, and I had a very good time using biblical references for everything about Marcus Freeman being a prophet. And this is going to have to be Old Testament style plagues.
Reckoning.
It's not like it's not like they won't make the playoff at 11-1 or if 12-0, no matter how they win, not like they're not going to be in it. But I think the way that the mantra of leave no doubt to me is you fucking put it on the floor and don't fucking let up. You put it on the floor and you send a midget in the trunk with a fucking Nas kit to put more into the fucking tank. You know what I mean? Like the cutthroats, whatever metaphor you want to use, I think that'll be what happens all season long. Which is why I said quarterback 2 is the most important position battle, because you're going to need a QB2 to still run the offense to do the violent damage that you want to do.
You know, if Kenny Minchie would have got in the end zone against Stanford at the end there, would they have been in the playoff? I don't know.
It's a green out. It's at night, at home. It's a team you fucking dislike anyways. I just think they pour it on them. Stanford's not good. I just think they absolutely pour it on them.
They didn't put this one at night. It's a green out in the day.
Oh, it's
Sparty's
at night.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that changes my schedule, man. Side note. so yeah, I'm taking Stanford.
I wanted to pick Syracuse because of the LOLs and they put 70 on them last year. I feel like this is like a cat playing with its food, though. They'll probably just get disinterested after a while. And so I think that I want to pick somebody where it's still going to mean something to run up the score.
Say SMU.
That would be great.
Fucking full-throated.
Fine. SMU. Let's go. I was going to say Purdue, but SMU, sure. Let's go.
Yeah. Senior day, just put it on blast.
Senior day. It'll
be a top 15 team at least in SMU.
And then but it'll be like the Utah 2010 game where it's like this was not a real team. This was not a real team.
It's not a real team.
We're gonna fake punt Harrison Smith down the throats.
Shit, we fake punted against Stanford last year. For no reason. I thought it was fun.
I'm just going to take SMU is senior day. Oh no, a night game. It's 7:30 on November 21st, and SMU's coming up to Notre Dame. They don't want that smoke. Are you kidding me? 7:30 at night, the latest possible night game Notre Dame's ever had. Find me a night, Jude. Can you find me a night game later than November 21st? Is that possible?
Sure. Florida State 2018. That was a night game.
When was that?
That was pretty late.
But that was November 18th.
That was like November 18th. Yeah, that was like mid-November. This is like
3 days later.
Yeah, 3 whole days later, man.
All right.
Which in November in South Bend could be a huge difference.
Florida State, Ohio State, or Florida State Notre Dame was November 10th. I thought so. I thought it was that November 8th, that Clemson bracket, where you bring them in early November. This is ridiculous. This is the second last game of the season. We've never done
basically Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We played Army at 7:30 at night in November 20th, 2010. We played Clemson.
That was at Yankee Stadium, though.
We played Clemson November 7th, 2020 at Notre Dame Stadium.
Yep.
In
November
35.
7th.
Virginia November 13th, 2021 in Charlottesville.
Yeah. This is the latest than the lights at Notre Dame have ever been on. He's deep in thought.
I mean, it checks out.
Yeah, I don't have another one.
Yeah, so this is the latest Notre Dame's ever hosted a home game at night, and they're bringing up boys from.
What about the
season.
playoff game? Yeah, I was gonna say, what about that?
Yeah, that's right. Well, regular season then. But
I thought you meant regular season. That's why I didn't mention Indiana, but
yeah,
that was an 8 start.
Yeah, that's a late start. Just there was cool. But yeah, SMU's not going to want that. That's not a bad pick. But I'm just going to I'm going to follow along. I think North Carolina. I think this Bill Belichick thing. They didn't even they're not even practicing. Man, it's not a real operation. It seems like some sort of a scheme. Get rich quick.
It's going to be a Netflix documentary.
It is going to be a Netflix documentary.
Average weather in University Park, Texas in November is 69-48. High of 69, low of 48. So it's definitely going to be a lot chillier than that.
If we see Nathan Fielder on the sideline talking to Bill Belichick before the game, we know that this was all just a goof. All right. Well, who scores the most points against Notre Dame?
I hate.
I'm not going to ask you for the point total, because we'll kind of touch on that a little bit.
I think this is easy. I think there's only one team on the schedule that has an offense that's capable of scoring more than 6 points on Notre Dame, and that's Miami.
Miami.
I think the winner of that game would suggest that they have Notre Dame's full attention, so that in order for them to score more than 24 points.
I mean, this is going to be a Notre Dame defense that is going to average giving up maybe 10 points a game. Maybe.
You're right.
And I think Miami is the only team on this schedule that has enough weapons to get around 20 points, like in a normal game. I'm trying not to be too overly boastful about Notre Dame's defense. I just think they're going to be fucking incredible. I think But to that end, a Stanford last year scores 20. Yeah.
Which
those games can have, and that shit does happen. I get that, and you could have a turnover for touchdown and all that. I mean, that all counts. But I just think the easiest answer here is the only team that has the offensive skill to press Notre Dame at all.
Yeah. To put points on the board, to string drives together, to be competent at.
Even just to put enough on there to get some field goals. I mean.
I think we're talking about a team that is capable of scoring 30 points, even if they don't actually score 30 points in the game, right? And I just think that if you look at who's on the schedule, not a lot of teams look like they could score 30 points against Notre Dame, at least on paper, right? And so I don't know how you can go against the pick of Miami.
The only way that you could go against the pick in Miami is if you're trying to make up ground, and I don't feel confident enough to say. You know what? I think secretly, Navy.
Michigan State just lights it up.
Navy could get 27, and Notre Dame beats Miami, 27 to 20. And like they beat Navy 54-27 or something like that. And it's like, well, I don't want to do that. So I am going to hold and just say Miami. But I don't think that number.
The air in Utah thin enough to put up a lot of points.
I think the air. Well, I think it would cost points as opposed to put up.
Well, but maybe they're sucking in, that air, and they're just can't keep the DBs can't keep up or something.
Can't keep them. You got to start blood doping like Lance Armstrong. I had to adjust the next, so we move on to the witches. Which is more, 30-yard completions or 20-yard carries?
Completions.
Yeah. I always get this one wrong. No,
you and I went carries last year. Brendan went completions last year.
Yeah, because we had 26, 20 plus yard runs last year. And that's with Jadarian and Jeremiah. And then, but
And
pass plays on
they're not,
30.
it's not air yards. It's 30. If he throws a 5-yard screen and he runs for 25, I get it, right?
Yep. And
Okay.
Notre Dame had 24.
No, it has to be 30.
Yeah, 30 plus.
Right. I just said if he throws a 5-yard screen, he runs for 25. I get it, right?
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
Yeah, because they had 24.
I think that's how math works.
They had 24, 30 plus.
I guess I don't ever think about it in those terms of I threw it 5 yards at Rich. I just think of that's a 30-yard
26, yeah.
Heard.
All right, so is everybody in order?
I'm completions too, yeah.
All right, which is more, 30-yard passes allowed or 30-yard passes made?
I think made is always the winner here, right?
Made kind of always is. Not always.
Yeah, and not with Don Schuler, Leonard Moore. Again, don't make me say it again. Like
it's
now with this elite backfield that we have. It's made.
If it's not made, we're in that's not great.
Deep shit.
Yeah, 2021 allowed one.
Okay. Fucking Jack Cohn.
Who was the quarterback at Notre Dame in 2021?
Jack Cohn.
You know, I'd have to go back and look at the numbers, but I wonder if that number would have been pushed right over the edge if a certain wide receiver was able to catch a pass in the Cincinnati game that didn't result in
Kevin Austin, you will always live
smashing
on this pod.
The galloping ghost. All right. So we're all saying made. Okay. Which is more the game. Seems pretty easy. Let's adjust it in order for this to be fun. What is more? Games, which is more, games the Irish score 40 plus or games the Irish give up 15 plus?
Ooh, doggy.
They'll score 40 plus more.
Ever the optimist I am, I'll say give up 15 plus.
I will say 40 plus. All right, which is more.
You just didn't want to be booed, Brendan.
They're only going to allow more than 15 points once.
Okay.
Tay Ints or Kyle Hamilton career interceptions, which is 8. I didn't pick Leonard Moore because no one's going to throw it more all year. He might have like 3 passes he can actually intercept, and he'll probably intercept all 3.
I know that I'll always score 1 point in this competition every single year. This question
every year. It's right there.
Boy, Kyle.
You mean Fort Wayne's finest, Bronte Johnson.
Which he wants you to know that his name is Bronte, though he likes his nicknames. Yeah.
He wants you to call him Bronte. His teammates.
His friends, Tete. Yeah.
I like that. He's setting the line in the sand and saying, this is what we're doing here, boys.
Leonard Moore had 5 last year. Tete had 4. And both of them were limited early in the year. One by injury and one by coaching malfeasance. So, what do you think? Am I the only one taking Tay?
No, I'm taking Bronte.
Joshua is.
You're taking? Oh, there we go.
You're giving me 3 points. I'll take Hamilton. Thank you.
Which is more, passing touchdowns or rushing touchdowns?
Passing. I didn't know if I could flip a coin on that one because it could go either way so easily. But I think they're going to press with the pass a lot early in games and getting to give CJ his serious Heisman run that he deserves, and be able to sit him so they can save him in the fourth quarter. So So yeah, and there's fucking plenty of wealth to be given there in the receiver room.
Yeah, it's not been typically something that we see a lot where passing is able to, especially because you go back and you go, well, last year, right? Obviously, you had the dynamic duo, and the year before you had Riley Leonard. All good things, all good things. But Sam Hartman, and it was a
Sorry.
wash. It was
They
a
can't all
wash
be
in
winners.
22. But it was
I'm gonna put
passing
this
in
board down.
21. That's fun. So you know what? I'll go passing. Give the layup to Jude if he wants it.
I'll take rushing. By the way, I think CJ Carr's tendency is to make the plays happen with his arm. So I think passing seems like it would make a lot more sense.
I think so too.
But I will save that for the upcoming TD to INT ratio question.
Which is more, games in the Stockholm Uni or alt combinations? That's gold, blue, gold.
Hold on a second. We're simply talking about home games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, it's just how many in the
all games, because like
all games.
The all whites would be the all whites.
Yeah,
would
the all
be
whites.
considered a.
Yeah, because like Wisconsin's going to get the alt treatment, and the Greens
hold on a
gonna get
second.
the alt treatment. That's two.
The Stockholm unis. What's the max? What's the max there? 6.
So Rice, Michigan State, right? Stanford, Miami's 4. SM,
There's 6. There's 6 home games.
6. There's 6 home games, and 1 is set for green. So there's a maximum of 5.
This feels like an obvious alt combination win.
And there's 5 available, and there are 2 guaranteed alt combos. So there's 2. There's the Lambeau game, and then there's the green game.
Am I missing the thing? You said home unis. When they play on the road, they will not be playing in their home unis.
No, right.
No, but we're comparing it to the alt.
Oh, so
you got to pick up 3 alts.
Gotcha.
You got to pick up 3 alts the rest of the year.
Okay.
I think they wear the all whites at least twice. One of them is going to be a BYU.
Yeah, BYU makes sense. Syracuse could make sense. And then anytime they put weird pants in the mix.
Which one of you said that you don't like it when they make the tops and the bottoms match? Was it Joshua?
It's me.
I don't like it. Oh, yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Looks like pajamas or stormtroopers when they're wearing white. I don't mind white and white. That's the one that I don't mind, but I don't mind. I don't like it when I don't like it in blue or green.
Brennan, as an aside, are you a person that always wears a belt with pants that don't maybe require a belt, but
I don't own a belt.
You don't own a belt, okay?
All
right. Because I feel like a belt breaks up the visual of the top and the bottom, and that's why I really like a belt.
My shirt, I don't tuck shirts in either, so.
All right, fair.
If I tuck a shirt in, it has to have a belt.
Yeah, I think so too, but I don't own a belt, so I don't tuck my shirts in.
Fascinating. I wear a belt every day. Okay, I'm gonna take home.
You don't have my gut either, though.
Yeah, I heard.
No paid promo, but that's why I love Roback's.
Roback.
Oh God, yeah. Everything I've been buying has been Roback.
Did you get in on the?
You're wearing Roback right now.
Did you get in on the sale?
I've used many different emails for the sale. I have a lot of Roback, and now that Ryan is a man now in size, he's maybe a quarter inch shorter than me now. So now he's wearing man sizes and been doing the flip over to that. So
yeah, Sophia just she's 4'11" now, and her shoe size is the same as Christy, and Christy is very distraught.
Ryan's only a half less on the shoe size for me right now. In fact, I ordered up the same exact shoe for the both of us. So my size was a half more. just in different colors. Just as I had that, and he's like, "Oh, I like those. Those are
The white
those are all
monarchs
great."
and then the blue monarchs.
No, these are Hokas. These are
Oh
Hokas.
yeah. Oh, you just
So,
dropped $300.
which gives which makes you a little taller anyway because it
Gets you a little
so
lift,
fucking
yeah.
thick. So he put them on, and he's like, and he stood up next to me, and I had no shoes on. He's like, "Oh, he just got done one of those things. Like, look at me, I'm taller than you now, Dad. I'm like, get these fucking shoes on real quick. Like, not yet. Probably
Not
by
yet.
the end of the school year, he'll be taller than me, I'm sure. So he'll be about 6'1". A little over 6'1".
What do you have, Josh? Do you have stock home unis or the combo, alt combo?
I'm gonna go stock because I think
We're still Notre Dame.
what they have right now on the board with the shamrock and the green, and I think the only thing else they'll do is a maximum of 2 times wearing all whites. That only gives you 4. I don't think they're gonna do. Adon Schuler said they're never doing white pants again with the blue top. So that won't.
No, that's off the board.
That's off the board. And unless they do something cool on the road with green pants and white, which would be fucking dope. I just don't think that's going to happen this year. So no,
if they leave it up to the players for the Miami game, that might be the one that pushes it. Because if you take another home game off of the stock, right?
Yeah. So I'm trying to think about Marcus Freeman's talked about this before. And he does not care.
No, he wants the players to pick.
Yeah. But I don't know if that's like an every week conversation, you know what I mean? Like, and the captain's like, you guys want to wear something different this week? Got like a quick sidebar in your opening week meeting. I am curious if they don't. This goes against what most fans think, is that you want to do something cool and different for a game like Miami. But at the same time, I think there's a sense that because it's going to be such a huge game, and like Brendan said, this could break college football, the size of this game. I can't help but think that they'll and I say they'll come out in their normal blues, their normal uniforms, because there's a mindset there of you don't need to do anything different to beat this team. Not to say that you would ever. No one, the kids nowadays don't look at it the same way, like as Greg from Mishawaka thinks about the green jerseys. Like it's a totally different
the luckiness of them.
It's a totally different thing. I side so much with these kids nowadays over a uniform. I got into it with this guy on fucking. He's a coach somewhere. He's on TikTok talking about like the 3 things that piss coaches off the most, or some random shit. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he had 2 good points and one sandwich in between was what not to do if you're a freshman on a high school team. And the one was have pink gloves and a pink mouthpiece. Is that literally pink gloves and pink mouthpiece just came in, not for Ryan, but for Dylan. And I'm thinking, who fucking thinks like this? Because he's like, we're not even looking for you then. We won't even know who you are then. Hey, you can't read a fucking jersey number. You're just making shit up to look like you're a fucking old school hard. I can't stand that. I can't stand people trying to be some fucking version of goddamn Bo Schembechler or some bullshit.
They're trying to be.
No one fucking cares. And I think
it's like, listen, you're a millennial or you're Gen X. You're not a boomer.
For you to look at a kid who just thinks that this is a cool thing to have as he's playing football, and for you to look down on him for that, I think is just you're a stupid fucking coach. You're fucking terrible. And the only reason you win any games is you're probably in a fucking school district that has fucking players anyways. But in this day and age, I'm telling you, in football, if you're going to start singling out kids for being kids in 2026, you're going to fucking lose numbers in your program in high school. And it's going to go to hell in a handbasket quicker than you ever imagine. you can only do that at these top tier fucking places where you got, a fucking truckload of kids. But like 80% of the fucking schools out there, you start doing dumb shit like this and saying dumb shit like this to your kids. It's for what? What point are you proving here other than you're just fucking a boomer? Or a boomer wannabe.
You're a boomer wannabe.
I think the guy that was saying it was either my age or maybe a little bit younger.
Yeah.
You're trying to be
You're a wannabe boomer. It's like my neighbor that's been playing classic rock music from his pool house for the last 7 days. And it's like, bro, you're 38 years old. Quit playing the Doobie Brothers. Like, you can play the Doobie Brothers. You can play the right. But why is that the only thing you play?
You have an entire decade of the 90s at your disposal.
And the 2000s. Like, he's not even 90s adjacent. Like, I can get like 38. Like, even I am sort of like on the fringe of sort of the 90s. Like, at 38, you are not 90s. You are early 2000s. Like, what are you doing? Like, why is that all you're playing?
At 48, I am playing all 90s New York hip hop.
Are you hearing basically the same 20 or 25 songs?
It's like the same 20 to 25 songs.
See, that's like, the real crime there.
Dude looking out my back door, and it's like, if you want to
play classic rock, there's about 100 songs you should have on your playlist. But
like, how many times do I need to hear "Jumpin' Jack Flash" from your house, man?
You don't.
I get it,
and that shouldn't be on the playlist at all.
It's fine. It's fine to have it on the playlist, but like, have something contemporary of your age. You are not a boomer. Like, his parents made him listen to that as a child, and he never developed his own taste of music. It is an absolute tragedy.
It's like
classic rock. Like Jude and I were growing up. That's 60s and 70s classic rock.
It's all we listened to. Yeah.
And look, but it was always an extra to the shit that was going on in the now.
Right.
Like, you heard it, you liked it, you're hanging out with your uncle all day, and he's listening to nothing but Doobie Brothers and fucking Zeppelin, yeah. And it's I love it. I do love those bands and love those songs.
But then I'm going back to my house and turn on.
Going back to my house, and I'm also
but I put some Wu-Tang on. I mean,
like my vinyl collection is probably 65-70% classic rock. Right, that's just the nature of the beast, and like, love it. But it's like, you have, like, it can't be the only thing. Like, maybe you have a classic rock day, and that's fine. But for like a week straight,
the worst was when I sold furniture, because I love oldies music, right? Love oldies, like 50s, 60s, like radio oldies stuff, but it was the only thing we had on in the store while we were selling furniture. So every day you're hearing "Young Girl, Get Out of My..." That song's fucking great.
Pips.
But I'm hearing it once or twice a day.
Who's your favorite Pip?
It's like, and I would play that normally, like in my car every once in a while. That I'm telling you, it's never comes off as like, let's put that station on or let's put that style of music on anymore, because those 4 or 5 years of that life just killed it for me. It was just too much. There wasn't enough mix in there. That guy's gonna hate himself in 5 years. The pool house.
You have a question you have an answer to my question? Who your favorite Pip was?
I do not.
Mine was Bubba.
You know what? Mine is too.
Brendan, I drive the New York State Thruway a ton to on weekends to pick up my kids and drop them off, and I stop at all the rest areas or whatever. I never paid attention to which rest area it was, but I feel like there's one rest area that pretty consistently plays Spoon, and they just play different. They play different Spoon every single time I'm in there. And the one time I noticed they weren't playing Spoon, they were playing the Decemberists, and I'm thinking, is this just one dude on a shift, or is this
one dude,
or is this just Thruway music? Like, they're just like, hey, today we're gonna do The Way We Get By. Today, Sister Jack. Like
everything, we're gonna play Everything Hits at Once, which is the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Song.
That's a great one.
It is a great one. That Girls Can Tell it's their best album.
Underdog slaps though. I like the.
Oh, it does. No, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. But,
Anyway.
I mean, yeah, Lions in a Suit anything you want. I mean, just banger after banger.
Yeah, heard. All right. Did we get an answer from Joshua about?
Yes, stock.
Yeah, it's the stock.
All right, catches. So which is more, catches by tight ends or running backs?
Tight ends.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna agree with Jude, but I'm gonna say it in a different way. Tight ends, because I'm not nearly as confident with this room as we have been in the past. I do think, however, by season's end, Ian Premer will have separated himself as the next coming of the Notre Dame tight end. I'm not taking away from any other tight ends we have, and I like Ty Washington a lot, but he's a very niche player on the field. That's not a pass. He's not hauling in a bunch of passes. But Ian Premer is going to save this pick here towards the middle of the season on, as I have confidence that he will kind of establish himself as the pass catching tight end that we have been wanting and lacking really over the last few years.
I mean, are you interested at all in what the numbers look like last year? It
had to be running backs last year. It was running backs last year?
It was not. It was tight ends.
That's
odd, right?
Especially with Love and Price, and as much as they do get involved.
Yeah.
What was the average per catch? Figure that out, because I think we got a lot. I think we got more production out of those running back passes.
Oh, we absolutely did. Yeah, absolutely.
Like a random 2-yard pass on 1st and 10 doesn't really count.
I mean, Jeremiah only went 27 for 280. That's weird, right? Eli went 32 for 442.
And he had chances for more if he just would have kept those big fucking feet in bounds.
Yeah. I didn't say I should have done touchdowns.
1 foot down.
No, he just needed one. Okay,
it was down. It was just outside
it was just down outside. So here's one from loyal listener on the old Twitter machine at South Bend Bender, Barry on a Bender. Which preseason forgot an S in there. Which preseason top 10 team question mark won't be ranked by season's end? Would you like the top 10 read off for you?
Sure.
So we're just going to go off the coaches poll, because that's the only one that's out right now.
I mean, is that the one that we want to use?
Or do you want to use the Football Writers Association?
Football Writers of No, because I'm very upset that Christopher Zorich did Notre Dame.
Did you see that? There was two like big outliers. One, I can't remember who it was that had Notre Dame at 13, but it didn't even matter when you see Chris Zorich at 10, and I'm just like,
and he was out there, and Zorich was out there. He's like, "Hey, I did this thing where I ranked teams. Come take a look at it."
Do you think he thought there was a decimal point and thought he put Notre Dame at number 1?
1 point, yeah. I don't know. It's egregious. But here's your top 10: Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame, Indiana, Miami, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Ole Miss. History would say at least one of those teams.
Yeah, Oklahoma's definitely not going to be there.
John Mateer with a healthy thumb.
They got to play Meat Chicken, Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Mizzou.
Ouch.
And, yeah, they're not surviving.
Damn it! I don't want to agree with you, but I'm pretty close to. I'm honestly torn between them and
Ole Miss. Yeah, because Ole Miss has got Texas, Georgia, LSU for whatever that's worth.
You know what? I let's be different here. Give me Ole Miss.
You can pick multiple too. you want.
No, I'll go with one. I'll ride them.
I really want to pick. By the way, I really want to pick Indiana. I really want to do it because, like,
they absolutely could if they lose to Michigan and Ohio State back-to-back weeks.
If they lose to Michigan and Ohio State in back-to-back weeks, they also lose to USC and maybe Washington in there as well.
I'm gonna say if Indiana has 2 losses.
By the way, Oregon gets to play
their out of conference schedule.
Michigan and
they're
Ohio
gonna
State.
Be buried back there. What's that?
Oregon also plays Michigan and Ohio State back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, that's rough.
But unfortunately, their rest of their schedule is
very soft,
very underwhelming.
Because, like, at what point, like, we just accept that Kurt Cignetti can just plug in whatever quarterback he wants?
That's what I was just about to say. Like, why are we fucking slobbering over Josh Hoover?
And suddenly, you know, we can just expect the try hard 3-star recruits that he's able to, you know, diamond in the rough. All of this just keeps working. At some point, like
I think that their defense is still going to be solid. I think their defense is still going to be solid. It's going to be a good defense. But at some point it runs out.
It's just not a tough enough schedule. They need 5 losses to be unranked, and I can talk myself into 4: Ohio State, Michigan, USC, and Washington. But then you got to tell me that they're going to find a loss with Rutgers, Northwestern, Nebraska, Minnesota, Purdue. I just don't. And they're out of conferences: North Texas, Howard, and Western Kentucky.
Hold on. I think maybe we're looking at this wrong. Like, what do we know about the rankings at the end of the year?
That they screw over Notre Dame as much as they can.
We're kind of fucked here. Because, I mean, there's just... Like, if you took the top... If you took the top 15 teams to the top 10, you'd have more chances. But these SEC schools, dude, they fucking love keeping them ranked.
They do.
We know about this. We know about the cycle of ridiculousness that they do in the.
That's fair.
The schedule. They'll have 3 good games.
Mental gymnastics. Yeah.
And every 9 and 3 and 8 and 14 will get on there. And I like Texas A&M's another one. Where
even like Oklahoma, Jude saying Oklahoma, and me saying
absolutely
Ole Miss,
fair. Absolutely
feels
fair.
like it makes sense, but they'll find a way to get them back in the rankings.
But they'll have no problem punishing Indiana if Indiana is not what we.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's understandable.
You know what the funniest one would be? And the
Miami?
one that I think Miami is not going to happen. That's impossible. No, the one that I actually think is the most likely, boys, I think it could be Texas. Let me show my work. Ohio State game. Is that a tough one?
L.
Yeah. Tennessee isn't a layup. Oklahoma at the Red River.
But where's Tennessee? Where's Tennessee at?
It's in Knoxville.
L. That's 2.
Yeah. Oklahoma, Red River shootout. We'll probably win. Ole Miss, LSU, and Texas A&M.
That's 4 losses.
They're at Texas A&M. They're at LSU.
No.
And Ole Miss is at home.
You don't drop from 2 to 26 easily.
Not easily, but you sure can.
You get the doors blown off, but you'll have to get the doors blown off by.
Let me tell you about a top 10 Notre Dame team in 2016.
Jesus.
But I mean, I'm also accounting this to the fact that they have Ohio State. It's at home, at Tennessee, neutral site Oklahoma. Florida is not very good. Ole Miss at home,
but Florida's still capable.
Florida's capable. Missouri in Columbia is capable. LSU at LSU, and at Texas A&M to end the year. I mean, I could talk myself into 5 losses if the doors get blown off. Maybe Arch gets hurt or whatever. But even if he doesn't, there are a few injuries in some of these games where, like, I could see them going 7-5, and everybody's making fun of Texas.
That still feels like a stretch, though.
I mean, the whole list feels like a stretch. But I'm gonna say Texas. I don't know. They might win the national championship, and this will be my new.
Well, at least you can have some fun with it.
Yeah, I always have fun with them. Let me tell you about this hat I ate. All right, over unders.
You never ate it.
I never ate it. I was gonna make a big tortilla hat with the sombrero out of tortilla with the guacamole, like in the hit Despicable Me franchise, where you just break off the chip, dip it in the guacamole, and you can eat it. I thought that would be fun. Over under the number of games Notre Dame is on the marquee for College Game Day, set at 2.5.
Under.
Seems pretty easy.
There's only one possibility.
Wait, this is regular season only?
No, just College Game Day.
Under. There's only one regular season possibility.
And they would only have one playoff possibility. It says on the marquee for College Game Day. So, yeah.
What does that mean?
On the marquee. So Notre Dame could be at a team in Stoke.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so at Provo.
I'll take over. I'm playing with house. I'm playing with house money because I took over the year that they went to Indiana in the playoff and it snuck in over there.
Yeah, snuck it in. I'll take the under on this one. I think it'll probably be Miami and then BYU, and I don't think they host a playoff game this year. So,
but they could be on the marquee.
They could be for the game. Yeah, that's true. All right, over under points scored per game. 39.5. Last year was the first year they ever finished with my favorite stat in sport.
Over.
In sport? In the sport. Yeah, over.
And the other reason they finished over 40 is because they didn't make the playoff.
That's correct.
Under.
Ooh. They don't need to score as many points because
I always take under here.
This next question, over under points per game allowed at 12.8. Joshua, why is that number important?
12.8?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Points allowed per game.
Right. It's a low number.
Mm-hmm.
No, it'll be under.
That was the 2012 defense.
12. Yeah.
12.8.
Which doesn't have even close to the secondary that Notre Dame has now.
No, and it was sub 10 going into that Alabama game, if I recall. It was like 9 point something.
Yes. I mean, I think that's where we're going to be sitting at most part of this year. It's going to be
like sub 9.
Since you brought up 2012, playing USC in week 1 will probably settle the great debate we've ever had about the importance of the USC game in the 2020, the 2012 Brian Kelly game.
Oh, I mean, but it doesn't change. It doesn't change it.
No,
they still play that.
Whoa. Yeah. No, first of all, if you say it doesn't change it, then that you're strengthening my argument that Wake Forest is just important as the USC game. You got to win them all.
Wake Forest isn't right.
You got to win them all. You got to win them all to go to the national championship.
Lots of teams are our rival. Navy's our rival.
Get the fuck out of here. Stop the podcast.
All right. Hit the dump button. Let's get out of here.
Because somebody has mutual respect.
What else is a rivalry? Ask Kyle Whittingham. A rivalry is based on mutual respect.
God almighty.
Jude, are you going over under?
I'm going over.
I'm going under. I think they put up ridiculous numbers. I didn't put on here the number of shutouts, did I? I should have put on here how many over on. You know what? Maybe I did. Maybe I'll get this in here now. Over under on number of shutouts Notre Dame has on the season at 1.5. Do they get 2 shutouts this year?
Oh, over. They're going to get.
Oh, who was the last time when they had a shutout? Multiple shutouts in a year.
I cannot say. I'm not going to pretend.
It's been a hot minute. But you're gonna go
How
over
long?
on it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I keep touting this as like the generational of generational defenses. If you don't think I'm not going to oversell the fuck out of it, you're wrong.
I'm going on the over because I think of people. There's the Dino Babers of the world, the Pat Narduzzi's of the world.
All right.
Will not.
Joshua, the last time that they had 2 shutouts in the same
Jude,
year,
you're the best.
the scores were 22-0 and 42-0. What year was it?
22-0 seems like it was a scoregami.
Hold on, that was Tyrone Willingham's first season.
2002.
Look at
Correct.
you.
Because 22-0 is an odd score. And
Yeah,
that
it's a
was
fucking
against
scoregami.
Maryland.
That is a weird. Yeah, the other
Yeah,
game
that
was
was
against
against Maryland.
Rutgers. So yeah, the other game was against Rutgers. So
If fucking Ty Willingham can do it,
I would.
I'm gonna say under.
I don't think. Are you gonna say under? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Josh said over. I said under as well.
saying over.
I don't think Josh gets enough credit here for correctly identifying the season, though. That was pretty spot on.
That was a pull and a half.
That was pretty good pull, man. All right, over under combined QB touchdown interception ratio 4.1 4.1. Last year was essentially that.
Yeah, I just go back to first principles on this. Again, nothing against CJ Carr. Absolutely love him or whatever. I just think he's going to try to do too much with his arms. So he's going to force a couple in there. He is going to throw a bunch of TDs, but they're also going to
it's
pull him
combined.
early.
It is combined.
Oh, it's combined? It's all?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this has always been pegged to a specific quarterback, hasn't it?
Last year was combined, and I think it was just because we didn't know who the quarterback was going to be.
Bro, we're not doing a specific quarterback. Ugh.
You know what? I'll just do this. I'll do the specific. I'll just say,
actually, it's probably easier if you don't do a specific quarterback because I would say the backups are more likely to throw INTs, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, I want to say under. I mean, 3.8, 3.9 is fine.
Yeah, that's plenty.
No, we're talking like a Jimmy Clausen 2009 type of season.
Or even last season for CJ Carr. CJ Carr was 4-1 last year. He was 24-6. Yeah.
And I get what Jude's saying about pressing it, but I just don't think it's going to be a thing. I think it's going to be.
They go play with himself
about it. I just think it's going to be easy enough. I think he's got the talent to throw it to. He is very talented himself. Mike Denbrock is a good offensive coordinator. I just think it's going to be pressing himself is going to be he might overthrow a guy more, early. But now he's back to not stretching with the team, right?
I hope so. That works for him.
So he's throwing a little earlier. He's getting the jitters out. So he's gonna crush it. I have no doubt.
Over under 400-yard rushers at 2.5. Jude, this one seems like it's up for you since you were all over the board with your running backs early on. Now the chickens come home to roost.
I know.
Can we get a third? Is there a third running back?
But I mean, Jude doesn't believe there's a third running back.
And Josh does. Oh, this is very interesting. So mine is under. So I would love to hear you boys discuss.
So I did pick Kedron Young, so for first touchdown of the season, but I don't know if there's going to be 400 yards for him there.
No, and you did peg Aeneas is leading the team in touchdowns, so you would have to assume.
And then James Jr. Yeah, Nolan James Jr. So I've got 2 for sure.
Yeah, I got 2 for sure.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Does Carr count?
Of course.
Okay, and how many did Carr have last season?
Carr last season, I don't believe
he is not Riley Leonard.
I understand.
You think Carr's going to get over 400 yards running?
33 yards.
You think they're going to let
33? Never mind. That was bad.
Come on now.
That's bad. I'll take over because you know what? I've got third and fourth string quarter running backs I really like, so I'll take over.
Well,
You know-
you're not sold on us being a two. You better put your money where your mouth is. You're not
I
sold
know.
on us being a
I'm all
two-back
over the
room.
place. I'm really all over
Well, no,
the place.
Josh said he was not sold on it being a two-back room.
No, it's not. Having said that, but I don't. There's just no, there's no
Hedgie
separation.
McGillicuddy up in the left hand.
I mean,
Well, what I'm saying is that there's no separation, so I can see this being spread out. I could be seeing RB3 being 3 different players at certain points of the season as well.
bunch of 300.
So yeah,
It's
I'm
hard.
gonna take under. I'm gonna take
It's
under.
hard.
I think you'll have more production overall. It's gonna be spread out because
It's hard.
my
It's
honest
hard to
opinion
give
is you're
3
gonna-
guys.
Aeneas Williams is going to be your 1, and then really I think your next 2 leading rushers are going to be Young and Walton. So sorry, Nolan James, but I just
can't get it. Over under team yards rushing 5. You're gonna average more or less than 5 yards per carry.
with this line, this schedule, if they don't average over 5 yards a carry, I'd be very surprised.
I am inclined to agree.
The under does really well on this, though, historically.
It does.
Yeah. Well, the under's been kind of a sliding scale. Like last year, for example, it was 5.5.
I understand that one didn't get graded, but all the other ones, when it did get graded, under was the winner. So, do you know what last year's result was?
Oh, it was over. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say under.
Last year we were 5.69, and you said over.
I said under.
Oh, under. Over under players with a touchdown pass.
This is so brilliant. How did this not get graded last year? This was fun last year, right? Because Minchie came in and threw one. CJ had one, obviously. What?
Who threw the fucking touchdown pass as the fake punt? It was
Joshua Burnham.
God,
That's
Burnham.
right.
That's right. A defensive end threw a touchdown pass.
Did that one count though, or did it get called back
It
on?
sure
a
did.
penalty?
It was an 84-yard touchdown.
No, it counted. He had the best QBR of
That's right.
team. I'll take the over.
Yeah, you gotta take the over on this one.
I mean,
It's a fun one.
Car's a 1, your QB2 is a 2, and then it could be a QB3 at any point could come in and throw a touchdown pass, or it could be anything from a special teams. It could be Spencer Porath. And you got to think a shuffle pass is just as good as a regular pass. So, and Marty Biaggi still exists.
And they cooked up some rules to nerf him specifically, so he's got to kick up some new things.
The scar on America is their hatred for Italians who succeed.
Yeah. It's nothing America loves more than hating Italians, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. Obviously. It's why there's so many fucking Olive Gardens.
That's why they keep rolling back Columbus Day stuff. It's an Italian holiday.
I have no comment.
You've seen The Sopranos.
I have no comment.
Over under on players with a touchdown pass, 2.5. I'm going to take the under. Do you know why I'm going to take the under? Because they didn't hit it last year. Because Kenny Minchie didn't throw a touchdown pass last year.
He didn't?
He did not. He was 20 for 26 for $196 and no touchdown passes or interceptions.
And it was the Pitt game that that he was pressing on too, wasn't it?
And it was the Stanford game.
How many did he rush
Yeah,
for?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. He rushed for 1.
He rushed for 1, okay.
But also I think the Pitt game too. Yeah.
I'll take over.
Okay. Over under 30 plus yard rushes at 14.5 on the year. Last year Notre Dame had 16.
Under. It's gonna feel like Darius Walker.
Yeah,
Aeneas
Mondo
Williams
Allen.
only runs long touchdown runs, by the way.
I mean, you got a point, but it's a whole different. I have a lot of respect for Aeneas Williams. I'm just saying, like, I think what people think they saw over the last couple of years, they kind of forget that we're talking fourth quarter, punching it through
after they've been worn down and he's got
Yes.
fresh legs.
Yes, and he's good enough to just do that. Like that's how good he is. He can just do that. But over the course of the entire game, 14 and a half. And what did you say we had last year?
16. No playoffs.
And that's what Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price.
If they would have had playoffs, they probably would have added.
Jadarian Price never saw an 18-yard run he didn't want to take to the house.
He did not. But
He never saw it inside the 25-yard line, just coming off the bench.
I'll tell you, like somebody ought to do a statistical analysis of him being at the 18-yard line. The man never missed. He just always got it in right there. Anyway, I'm gonna
pick in the first round.
I'm gonna say under.
We all go under. All right. So over under 41.5 sacks. That is the high mark for Notre Dame football. Did they break it this year?
Was that like a three and a quarter in a 12 game season?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah. I mean, they play enough to again. This goes into the total concept of the game. The total concept of the game, right? Where by the second half, most of these teams we play are just going to have to throw the ball. Not too many teams run.
You don't need to worry about. You don't need to. You could send the house because you're not worrying about giving up points.
Well, or you're worried about the coverage because of the elite defensive backfield that you have.
You do. You can play man and just bring.
Yeah, I'm with Jude on that one. This could be a record-breaking year for that.
I saw all over.
Well, you also got more games than you could ever possibly want or need.
True. I mean, I think they do it in 12.
Okay.
Over under fourth down attempts at 30.5. I'm going under. It's on.
We got away from that last year, right?
It was on there.
No, I
get away from it. Yeah, Notre Dame is a team.
Marcus Freeman got away from it, right?
He did get away from it. Last
we didn't have Riley Leonard. You have Riley Leonard. You take the chances more on
Mitchell
4th and 2.
I mean, they were still top 40. They had 31 last year.
It'll be under, but
it was over last year.
It'll be close because Freeman just won't be able to help himself against Miami, SMU, BYU.
I'll go over. What the hell? I still think he's a gambler at heart.
Love it.
I hit the over last year. Over under game. CJ Carr doesn't play the fourth quarter at 2.5.
This is an easy over.
Give me the over.
I'm going to take the under because I think they're gonna do some stupid stuff to win Emma Heisman.
But are they? Because that's the kind of shit they don't do.
That's the kind of shit that Brian Kelly didn't do.
It's the kind of shit they don't do. It's the kind of shit Notre Dame isn't selling hard enough earlier in the season. Like they need to be on it.
Well, we'll see.
They are not on it.
They're not
on it.
Well, we'll see.
And you, Brendan, you know how many people they fucking employ up there.
All of the people
with the message, like get the message.
All of
out.
them.
All
Continue.
of them.
Pound it.
Well, he could definitely go through pounding the message by over-under games the Irish score 50 or more.
Speaking of on message, Jude, did you hear the part last week though when we were talking about the Shamrock Series uniforms and how proud I am of Oak's design being on the sleeves of the uniform? How have you talked to him? How much is he pounding his chest on that a little bit? That's a huge personal and career win.
So my understanding is that the leprechaun variations are actually a collaborative thing. It's not him solo on this one.
Yes.
So I think,
but still,
Vegas was his baby, right? Like I'm Vegas is all him,
right? I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, Vegas was huge. Don't forget that the hash marks, the shamrocks,
Right,
the end zone at 18
He's
stripes
put
at
a
42
stamp
degrees.
on the field. Now he's
Like,
putting
yeah,
a
it's
stamp on the
absolutely
uniforms.
so. Like, I have not actually talked to him about well, I haven't talked to him since he told me that there was going to be leprechauns for other sports, and they were rolling out football first, and then they were going to do basketball, and
okay.
we've got golf. I think we're still lacking lacrosse, right? Lacrosse and
Yes.
And I never heard anything about fencing, and I don't believe that I asked about fencing. So
we don't have a hockey either. We don't have hockey either.
Those, I bet they start rolling. They'll roll those out this year.
Hockey, 100%. Yeah, lacrosse.
I'm curious as to what they'll do with baseball and softball.
So, yep.
But no, that's
I just leprechaun a bat or a glove.
Well, I think women's sports in general is kind of interesting, right? Because the leprechaun is always presented as male. So, are you going to try to provide a femme option, or are you just going?
No, I don't think. I don't. You think they go lady balls?
Well, so no, I guess what I'm saying is the basketball mark supposed to represent men's and women's basketball?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we could go back, if we could go back like 60 years, given the opportunity, I would have liked Notre Dame to have done what NC State did, and have the male wolf and the female wolf, and have them be married. Like the married. I mean, it's a Catholic university. What's more important than marriage?
Absolutely, than a nuclear family. Nuclear.
I mean, I guess in 60. What year did Notre Dame allow women?
73, I believe.
So 60 years goes past that. So yeah, in 1973 they should have done that. They should have done what NC State did. Are you sure it was that? Or 73 was that late?
Tennessee was the Lady Balls.
First class was 72. Fall of 72. I apologize.
Okay.
Because you could have had the Lady Irish. Would have been very nice.
Which is what the moniker was. Jude, you can correct me wrong. It wasn't like when they were making that early run with Muffet. They were called Lady Irish, weren't they? Did we just drop that at some point? I thought maybe we did.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
That's not my recollection, at least. But
for some reason, I just remember something being said about Notre Dame dropping the moniker Lady Irish. It's just, or maybe they were just making, don't call us that. They never been. I can't remember how that went. Maybe that's what it was. It was they were never called Lady Irish. People were calling them Lady Irish, and they were saying, "Do not." I don't know.
Oklahoma State.
A female leprechaun could have been dope.
Oklahoma State. They go. They have cowgirls. That's fine.
I'm just saying, what's more important than marriage for Catholics? And they could have done the thing. Could have done it.
Repenting. Over under Irish score 50 points, 3.5. Now here's the thing about Marcus Freeman. He does that. He score points. That's what he do.
He does that thing.
He does that thing. Like so last year, right? Purdue 56, Arkansas 56, and then Syracuse 70. Year before, Purdue 66, Navy 51, Florida State 52. So Marcus likes to score. And then but 2023, it was Pitt and it was Stanford. Those were the only two north of 50. Or no, Tennessee State, Pitt, Stanford. So he seems to like that sort of 3 number, which is why I picked 3.5. So does he get over the hump and get that 4th 50-plus game?
I don't know. Even with a schedule like this, you know what? Let's shoot for something to fucking cheer about. Give it to me. Let's go over.
Jude?
This feels like free money, Jude.
I'm with Joshua. Like, I literally just want to root for it. So I'm going to say over.
Ooh, I thought you were going to take the free win there.
I'm going to say they get 3. I'm going to take the under. And that, my friends, is how you offset your Kyle Hamilton pick.
Kyle Hamilton pick.
This is a fun one. Over under number of starters from week 1 starting week 14 at 17.5.
Okay, so I've got to ask a question here. If they come out in a funny, like somebody gets on the field, like was it Ohio State 2022 where
posted? We'll say posted depth chart because I don't have time to look up who's on the field.
You're at 5 wide.
Yeah,
okay.
I can't look that up, but I'm gonna go off of posted depth chart.
Okay. Under.
You know what? Because they're using posted depth chart, I'm gonna go over because sometimes they don't do a damn thing with that depth chart, even though the guy's not gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, like how long was Great House on the depth chart? Right, wasn't it Great House last year that they kept putting on the depth chart?
Yeah, like, and I do a depth chart post every week, and there's generally very few changes. Yeah, I'm good with that.
How are we handling oars if we're doing depth chart?
What?
How are we handling oars if we're doing depth chart?
That's a starter. We'll kind of an oar as a starter, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna go over. I have good things. Over under the number of games the Irish trail at half at 2.5. This includes
under.
I'm taking under. I just don't think the teams are going to score.
Yeah. I mean, if they squeak a field goal out, that's cool.
This is one of these dumb things I always pick the over on, and then I just feel stupid by the end of the year. So I'm going to go under.
Unders across the board, and over under receptions by leading receiver at 49.5.
No fucking way. Under.
Jordan Faison had 49 last year, by the way. I'm taking the over.
Under.
I'm taking the over.
God bless. Good luck.
I just feel spread out.
All right. Does one of the freshman wide receivers have a breakout, which we kind of have that 25 catch, 350 baseline?
No. I think Bubba Frazier will make
fastest player on the roster. Right? Isn't that what,
swoosh.
All right,
I think he'll make a splash.
We're talking true freshman, not redshirt freshman, right?
Yes. There's no such thing as redshirt freshman anymore.
Yeah, because we have 5 for 5 now, man.
Oh, okay.
And you know what that means?
It's there's a song about like Superman or something.
No, 5 for.
Did you hear I finally graduated?
Yeah, and just a shade under a decade too. All right.
You know, a lot of people go to college for 7 years.
I know. They're called doctors.
Oh, I thought StreamYard was just inserting an ad because we hit a time.
No.
Oh my god.
I had that ready for this question. I had it
what
ready
the
for
hell
this
is
question.
this?
On the ready.
We have the ad-free option.
So we're basically betting on Devin Fitzgerald, or am I missing somebody?
Bubba Frazier. Yeah. It's Devin and Bubba. So
okay.
Which
no.
And I'll say this: it's about time America got behind what Notre Dame did for decades and decades, and call players what they actually are.
Graduate students.
Their academic year, as opposed to.
So now when they say a freshman's never done this before, and it's actually a fucking redshirt freshman or a sophomore, they can't say it now.
Well, Johnny Manziel, first freshman to win a Heisman Trophy. It's like, well, actually.
Well, he was a 22-year-old sophomore.
Does Notre Dame? Here's one for Josh. Does Notre Dame allow more than 24 points in a regular season game?
No.
Allow more than, right? So they can score 24. Jude, is Miami scoring 24 plus or 25 plus?
Mm-hmm.
She does love Italians.
Yep, sorry.
No, we're good on that.
I'm going to say yes.
Brendan.
I'm saying that, like,
Have you not heard?
it's got to offset the multiple shutouts.
Doesn't have to.
Kick return, interception, fumble at the 1. What if your quarterback? What if you're going in to score to tie the game, and the quarterback takes a shotgun snap that's coming in off the bench cold, and he takes a snap through his legs, and then the player picks it up and then runs it back for the touchdown. Thus,
This is not on my vision board.
Jude, what do you think? You got one, Jude? I said yes. Does Notre Dame allow more than 24 points in a regular season?
I said yes as well.
All right. Does a freshman finish the season as a starter?
Yes.
So you gonna
I
call
don't
your
care
shot here?
Ian Premer.
Yeah,
right?
it's Ian Premer.
That's the
I don't care what-
Wunderkind tight
and
end.
that's one where I don't care what the depth chart says.
That's the one
Johnson.
where people are saying that he is akin to he might be a more polished Michael Mayer.
Yeah, so like whatever the depth chart will likely not have him listed as the one, but when they go out first time in the game and he's out there, that's going to count because it's going to happen. I have a feeling that by middle of the season, that's where.
What's he rocking? Is he rocking 24 for the jersey? So keep an eye on 24.
Tommy Tremble?
No, Ian Premer.
Tremble, were you there?
Rocket, Jude.
When they crucified our Lord, were you there?
Bangers only, man.
I think they ended last Sunday with Table of Plenty. That was a Table of Plenty's a banger.
So sadly, we got a new priest this summer.
He doesn't play music.
Love Father Dan, loved him to death. I so sad to see him go, but I will say this: the new priest coming in, his name's Father Clement, but he's not what his name looks like.
He's not.
Very
Is he
thick
coming
accent.
7th?
No, he's
a bad
Indian.
one.
At any rate, very to the point. But I think people look at it as an opportunity to change things.
Mm.
But I don't know how to say this without being. I think while Father Dan was there, he didn't like conflict. So certain things happened that he wasn't going to argue about, and the music was always kind of like all over the map. But since Father Clement's been there, it has been at least a couple of Catholic bangers a Sunday. Like it's getting pushed. I guess he's coming out firing, right?
That's how you.
only thing
That's
bad-
how you get the congregation behind your side on your
Right.
side.
But the only thing bad is they decided to change the flow of distributing communion, which disturbs our, like, we'll sit on a side to get up and go to the middle rather than go to the extraordinary minister to get it from the priest instead. And it didn't look as awkward. We're not the only ones that do that. It doesn't look as awkward. Well, they changed the flow to the outsides. Well, the side we sit on, it's just kind of like, it's lame. Because where you go up to get it, you're right behind like this, the sound system stuff, the piano, and it's in a weird spot. The other side
Sounds
is
like
right
you
next
need to
the
write a
sound.
letter and.
It's just like it's just lame. It's a lame spot. Like, why are we going this way to come back around? So we have to make sure that we dominate a pew to cut out against the grain the other way now, instead of just going with the flow before, but going to the middle. So it's a headache, and I don't know what they're thinking or what they're doing or why they're doing it. to improve the flow. I didn't realize we had a flow problem. I didn't realize
It's
this
always
was
too late when you. It's always too late when you finally notice the flow problem.
Somebody, as it is with all churches, somebody had a problem with something for no reason, and they're made it their mission to change it, and it's ridiculous. But
it's all fun and games.
Shout out, Father Clement, dude. It's been good since he's got here. He's a good priest.
That's awesome.
Does speaking of freshman priest, do you think you have a freshman starter this year?
So does a placeholder count?
Yeah,
starter?
For sure.
Then yeah, fuck it, I'll go. Yeah, give me some Jasper action.
Yeah, you take Jasper. Jasper will take a couple of Dalmatians.
Nothing, Jude. How do you feel that coming out of fall camp is nothing but roses for the Notre Dame kicking game, punting and kicking?
Well, it makes me long for the days of Mitch Jeter causing me endless stress. You know,
I look forward to the day when
wonder if Justin Yoon is doing well. You know,
Jude's boy walks on to Notre Dame as a preferred walk-on as a kicker, and
I was wondering, there's going to be
with Joshua's son being the long snapper.
With Joshua's son being the long snapper, yeah.
No, because Dylan's football journey right now is kind of funny.
Hey, Ryan, you saw that Michigan long snapper from the freaks list. He was 6 foot wide receiver / DB in high school.
Be a jerk, Ryan.
No, I want to say about Dylan. His football journey right now has been kind of odd because they're not sure what they want to do with him because he's so physical and violent. Like they were talking about, well, I don't know, man. Maybe the line would be a good spot for him. He'd be like our second or third best blocker on the line, and which would destroy Dylan. And it's not happening that way. But I think they thought, let's put him at center and see how he does. So they put him there. And I don't think he tanked it on purpose, but I kind of think he tanked it on purpose because he knew what they were up to. Because they said, oh yeah, we tried him at snapping and it didn't really work out. Which doesn't really sound like a Dylan skill that he
sounds like a broken dish theory.
So I think he tanked the snap and
the broken dish theory or the broken dish. So the wife asked the husband to do the dishes.
Oh, this is learned helplessness.
Yeah, and the husband breaks the dish, and then so she never asked him to do it again.
Learned helplessness. Okay, all right, gotcha.
Yeah, I can't prove it. I just kind of know in my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
So no, snapping as much as I will try to put it. So he was disappointed today. He found out I think he's going to start both ways, fullback and defensive tackle. And he was wanting linebacker, but there's like 5-6 kids that can play linebacker.
Yeah.
And another kid that they were going to have to do it's like he can't play both ways. He's going to come off the offensive line and be gassed. And they're like, Dylan can go in there. Don't go in there and mix it up. He was talking him up. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so I thought, oh, that's a good spot for him. He'll be able to fucking have a good time with that. I wish I played defensive line because I think that's the funnest. I think defensive tackle is probably the most fun position you can play. And he was not real thrilled about that after practice, but I think I got him talked into it just a little bit. Like, are you kidding me, dude? He's gonna go in there and bang people around? Like, shoot the gas.
You can use your wrestling. You're a wrestler,
right?
You're an accomplished trophied wrestler.
They were doing pursuit drills where they had it's like a grass drill hit and then go chase pursuit on the angle. So he's on the D line, drops and goes. Dude, he's. I'm like, dude, I can't. I said, I'm telling you, you're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna be on a pursuit of a running back, and they're not gonna realize how fast you are. They're gonna put a foot down to cut back after 10 yards or whatever, and you're gonna be right there just to freaking lay him out. I'm like, trust me, this is gonna be fun. Just trust me. So we're hoping he's there. But no, he is not gonna be a snapper because I'm pretty sure he might have taken that on purpose.
Well,
Ryan was trying to kick. He was trying to wanted to be the kickoff starter as a freshman. But I don't think the ball didn't really come off the ground very much. It went a ways. It was just kind of like It looked like a pitch. It looked like a pitch. Just went straight. Like, you got to get under a little bit. I'm trying. I'm like, no, not hard enough.
Let's get use that instep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and we're going to say this one is for before the season's end. Does Notre Dame find itself ranked number 1 at any point?
No.
No. Unless
That doesn't serve the committee's needs.
I'm saying unequivocally yes. I'm saying 100% they are going to, if they go 12-0, they're going to be number 1 because no one else is going 12-0. I think they end up the season ranked number 1 overall.
Yeah, you know what? Change mine to yes.
Thanks, guys.
There's a Big Ten. There's it's not even the SEC. It's the Big Ten kind of round robin.
The cabal.
Do it in, but the only reason that let me say it this way, a better way, the only reason Notre Dame is going to be number 1 at the end of the season is because they're the only undefeated team.
Yep.
If there's any other undefeated
They will
team,
not. Doesn't matter how good they look. Does not matter how they look.
Won't matter. Any other undefeated team is going to be ranked ahead of Notre Dame, and probably given the strength of schedules by the end of the season, that's probably justified.
Yeah.
Without going through a whole season to know what's what, I'm just gonna, if there's any other undefeated team besides Notre Dame,
Not true.
Ranked ahead of Notre Dame.
No. I will put the caveat where if Texas Tech is undefeated at the end of the season, they will be behind Notre Dame because Texas Tech's schedule is the weakest in college football, and there's no way. And Texas Tech doesn't even play BYU, which is like the second best team on Notre Dame's schedule. So, all right. Does Notre Dame feature a surprise uniform combination?
No.
Yeah, they'll wear all whites at some point.
But that's not a surprise, though.
Yeah, it is.
Like, we've come to expect that they're going to pull out the all whites every once in a while.
Yeah, but it's still a surprise.
Like Clemson Clemson a few years ago was a surprise.
Oh, well, they're running like they don't have.
It wasn't a surprise they did it against USC.
I would say anything that I guess I should say then, like home blues, home whites, right?
Like a surprise would be if they wore green.
The green game, right?
That's a surprise. There's not very many surprises left.
Yeah, but I still think wearing whites would be a surprise combination because it wasn't something that we expected. They just showed up and they're like, "Hey, we're wearing the all whites today."
Like, I think your only real chance at a real surprise, is if they come out in something different for Miami.
Yeah. Agree.
Although senior day, how much of a surprise is that really? Because that was more of a Brian Kelly thing when they were doing stupid shit on senior day.
Yeah. It was really just the twice, right?
What year was that? 17 when they did the Rockney jerseys? I don't know.
Against Navy.
It had nothing to do with the jerseys at all. It had everything to do with why would you want this to be your senior day photos?
In the ugliest.
16?
16
was
the
17.
16
why would you want that to be
the fake camo against Army?
Yeah.
The Shamrock series.
Yeah, that was a Shamrock series. But the Rockney jerseys were the senior day for 17. Which I thought
19 was the
okay.
anniversary of 1988.
Yeah.
19 was the game against Boston College.
Boston College with the faux.
But at least that even looked
with the weather.
That looked like something normal. I just think for your senior day game, coming out in anything other than the classic home uniforms that you have for any school is for any like normal power. It's just stupid. Like I wouldn't want that to be the last jersey I wore on the last time I'm gonna play on that field. I would want it to be. And that's just me. That's a personal opinion. I just think it's dumb.
All right. Speaking of dumb, does an opposing head coach noticeably whine after the game? If so,
absolutely.
Who? Because I'm going to say
Tim O'Malley. Give the Tim O'Malley answer.
Well, Nope. I added the O'Malley question next. So don't do an O'Malley. Don't do that. But I'm saying Mario is crying.
I'm gonna say no.
Belichick's not a whiner.
He's not.
But man, I don't know. He's getting soft now. He's dating a 25-year-old. You know what? I could see. No. You know what? Yeah. Give me Luke Fickle.
Luke Fickle, I like that one. Fickle. I'll call him the Fickler. All right, and now we come to the O'Malley question. Does an head coach that doesn't play Notre Dame whine about Notre Dame? And if so, who? That's the O'Malley special. Or
See,
I
it
guess
can't be Joe
McGuire.
McGuire, right? Because
It could be
McGuire
Joe
won't
McGuire.
open his mouth up. I just don't think he's going to open his mouth up about ND again.
I mean, anyone's on the table now that there's playoff politicking.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to
Like
think
it could be anyone.
You know what? It's
insert,
fucking cow. It's no. I was
Eli
going to say,
Drinkowitz, right?
that's
Ole Miss
not bad.
Or Mizzou. Yeah, Eli
Mizzou,
Drinkowitz.
yeah,
That's a good
that's not
one.
bad. Yeah, it feels like it's going to come out of the SEC, doesn't it?
It does. Or, the Big 12, if they got a team with a pulse other than, But, I mean, Notre Dame is going to take care of most of those pulse teams outside of Texas Tech, SMU, and SMU is ACC. That's so dumb, by the way. Lincoln Riley. Just take a layup. We'll figure out a reason to whine against Notre Dame. 9-3. Lincoln Riley complaining about not making the playoffs over 12-0 Notre Dame.
Jude, you got an answer?
No.
I do. Who do I like here? There's a couple good whiners on the list.
I mean,
I think it's Lane
Narduzzi's always there.
It's Lane Kiffin because it's going to be a thin.
Because he knows it's red
LSU
meat for LSU to get on Notre Dame after.
And LSU feels like a team that's going to be on the ropes late in the season, and he's going to be crying about how tough life is. And you look at Notre Dame up there, blah blah blah. I mean, I
was just looking through how many former Notre Dame coordinators are now head coaches.
Yeah.
Clay Helton is in Georgia Southern. I said I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
He's been there he's been there for a hot minute.
I'm going to take James Franklin because it amuses me.
I love it.
That's good.
That is a good one. All right. Okay. So now we're to the picks. Pick the biggest trap game.
It's a twap.
It's a trap. My heart would say Navy, even though we got straddled with the body blow, but Navy's also coming off a bye week.
Off a bye, yeah.
I feel like BC is the one that lines up the best.
BC is the I'm just gonna write BC for everyone. Right?
Because the one that lines up. It's the one.
Have you ever looked at a trappier game in your life?
Is it but is it a trap if we know it's a trap? This is what I always struggle with.
Ask Evan Lackbar.
It's like who's your surprise player for the year, or like talk about someone who no one else is talking about. Well, everyone's talking about everybody.
Yeah, we're actually looking at it. Okay. Pick the player who surprises on Notre Dame.
I'm gonna pick a good surprise here. Only because You know what? I'm gonna stand on business on this one. Christian Gray, because so many Notre Dame fans are assholes who don't understand that they have a good defensive back as it is, and they act like he's trash and that his name's Gary. Like he's just gonna have a remarkable season.
Like you fucked up last week.
Yeah, well, I've done it more than last week.
Infinite time. As long as your last name's Gray
Yeah,
and you play
so
a position.
I don't know if that's cheat. I mean, I really don't know if that's cheating or not.
No. That's not cheating.
But it just feels like I want
Most
to say
people
fuck
expect
you.
him to fail. So
Yeah, I
if
want
he
to
doesn't,
say
would
fuck you to those
surprise.
people.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stand on business with my boy Christian Gray, who absolutely did the right thing in going back to 29.
Brendan?
I'm gonna say Micah Gilbert.
Yeah, because nobody's talking about him.
No,
I mean, some guys on the beat are, here and there, but it's just like everyone wants to talk about the flashy.
everyone wants to
newcomers.
talk about the flashy newcomers and and Micah
And
Gilbert.
a lot
All
of
he
fans
does
still
is
want to talk about Cam Williams, and you forget that Mike Gilbert's there. That's a good
he's
pick.
there. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jonas Walton.
I like that one. And that completes the Nolan James, Kadron
And
Young,
Jude, it's just pronounced
Aeneas
Jonas.
Williams.
What's that?
It's just pronounced Jonas.
Jonas? Jonas? All right, cool.
It's just with what we learned.
My name
that up
is
in the spring.
Jonas.
All right, pick your conference champion winners:
carrying the
ACC, Big 12, SEC, and Big 10. Miami, Texas Tech, Georgia, and Oregon.
I'm gonna go Miami, BYU, Georgia, and Ohio State.
I'm gonna go Miami, Texas
Say
Tech,
Oklahoma State.
Ohio State, and Texas.
All right, pick 3 Heisman finalists to go to New York City.
The greatest city in the world.
Go CJ Carr, Darian Mensah, Julian Sand.
I'm gonna go. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I'm gonna go Jeremiah Smith, Julian Sayin, and Malachi Tony.
I'm gonna change mine actually. I'm gonna go CJ Arch, and Sand, not Mensa.
I'm going Jeremiah. I'm going CJ, Jeremiah Smith, and I'm going with Dante Moore. And then pick your remaining 4 playoff team or remaining 8 playoff teams. So
You have the conference champs there, yeah.
Yep, because we already got a conference champs. So I will go Notre Dame, Ohio's the state, Texas A&M. See, here's where you get a problem. It's like, where do you pick teams from the Big Ten to be included in there? I guess Indiana, because their schedule is easy, even though I wanted to talk myself into getting them out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ole Miss, because I think Trinidad Chambliss is good enough to get 9 or 10 wins. Group of 5 team. Or group of 6 team, right? Who's the team from the group of 6 that everybody's all hot and bothered about? I'll just go Boise State. I don't really have a hot take on any group of 6 teams this year. That's tough because like SMU was plucked and Utah was plucked and Houston was plucked. A lot of those teams that you would kind of look at, BYU, you can't do anymore. Now they have these big, dumb, lame conferences. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. Oklahoma. No. I mean, how much do you believe in John Mateer, right?
I don't.
You know what? Actually,
I don't even think of you.
I don't even think of you. You know which team? Actually, that's kind of my wild horse Big Ten team.
What, Penn State?
No, not Penn State.
Maybe it should
Washington. Be. No, it's Washington. There you go. Notre Dame, Ohio State, Texas A&M, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Washington, and let's throw in another SEC team and say that it is Alabama. All right, got mine. Notre Dame, Ohio State,
right.
Texas A&M, Indiana, Ole Miss, Boise State, Washington, and Alabama.
All right, I'll play. Let's start off with Notre Dame, and then my group of 6. Let's mix it up. Let's go Toledo, which is very possible to go undefeated. Hold on. They don't have any tough out of conference. I haven't seen it yet. Who do they got out of conference?
I don't know. I don't know Toledo's schedule. The MAC Toledo has out of schedule.
Michigan State, Central Connecticut, and Temple.
San Diego State.
Baby. Oh, baby. Yeah, give me Toledo. Yeah, give me Toledo.
Okay, Toledo.
Their toughest out of conference opponent is going to be Michigan State. Yeah, give me Toledo. All right. So now let's go Oregon. It's 3. Let's go Texas 4. Georgia 5. Penn State 6. Give me, I don't know how much I believe in it, but fuck it. Virginia Tech 7.
Virginia Tech. I would love to see a Penn State Virginia Tech matchup in the first round.
I'm just it's in my head. I can't get it out for some reason, so I gotta just put it out in the universe. And then Tennessee. Feel like I'm
all right, so you had Notre Dame, Toledo, Georgia, Texas, Oregon, Vautech, Tennessee, Penn State.
Okay.
Jude, who you got?
Notre Dame.
Okay.
Who do I like as my group of 5 team? Boise. Georgia. Oregon.
4.
Who do I want? Indiana.
Indiana.
Jeez.
Right.
SMU.
SMU.
Did I get enough?
You were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 2 more, bud.
2 more. Jesus. Who have I not said? Jesus.
Michigan.
UNLV in Alabama.
Love it. And boys, that's it. We did it. We did the thing. We've accomplished what we set out to do, which was.
I want to make a quick point real quick.
Yeah.
Phil Steele has on his preseason top 40 ranked number 20th in the country. Navy is the highest ranked G6 team on his top 40. Followed by Boise State at 23. So Boise State's probably a great pick for you guys this playoff thing.
You should have picked Navy.
Navy's a scenario where they losing to Notre Dame and make it closer than the line.
They don't. It doesn't matter if they lose to Notre Dame because all they have to do is be the highest ranked group of 5.
But that's where it matters. Is if they give Notre Dame a game, can they make the voters, and do they destroy enough teams along the way to make a difference? We don't need to have a 40-minute conversation about it. I'm just saying. Notre Dame will no, they won't get any credit for beating Navy, but Navy could be an 11-1 team this year.
12-1 conference title.
Oh, true. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that is.
Yeah, we put in the work.
I think we did the thing.
We're comeback.
We're nearing 3 hours.
Yeah, for the comeback pod of the trio. Yeah, this is a hell of a ride. So let's just get it done with. Jude, what do you got left in the tank?
Do you remember our former long snapper backup, Axel Rarup?
Who could forget?
I do. No. I just got engaged to a women's lacrosse player from Northwestern named Elle. So congratulations to Axel and Elle.
She going to Harvard?
They're based in Boston. Maybe she is going to Harvard. I don't know. Good question.
She's going to win every court case.
I think she's out of school, but who knows?
Brendan, what do you got left in the tank?
Nothing, man. I'm good to go. I was really excited to get everybody back in house and to get a full man rotation. It is nice to have a 3-man rotation because when you'll notice in the last pod when it's just the 2 of us, when you have to look something up, there's another person to vamp in the interim time, which I think works out really well.
I was very upset that you guys did not pull Krang from TMNT when you were talking about people that were hooked up to machines.
Hook up to machines inside the stomach there, yeah.
Yeah. He had a little brain.
He was a little brain from the Planet X.
And I believe, and I didn't look this back up, so I could be wrong. I believe 2016 Navy, Notre Dame scored on every one of its possession except
that was the one. Yeah, I was trying to remember the Navy game. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, and I got nothing else left to give. We put it all out here for everybody. So appreciate everybody coming in. We're back. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We'll be back to leave that rating, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And hey, there's comments on Spotify now too. I didn't know that. Spotify they have some words for you, Jude. There's some guys that were very opinionated about some of the opinions you had. But first on Spotify, there's some Apple. We'll get to it next time around. We're back on YouTube. We're all over the place now, so it's all good. So for Jude, for Brendan, for everyone down, thanks for listening. And as always, go Irish.